He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. And show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about I got a long road to walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys. And that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. And show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about I got a long road to walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys. And that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And, well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And, well, that's the thing about about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. We'll watch him slug it out right to the end. And show me the crowd and I'll take my place. I'm hungry for the taste of it. Well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about I got a long road to walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys, and that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. I got my scarf, got my old coat. I got a footy game to go to. Footy's on, footy's here again. Back to greet me like an old friend. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about. Yeah, that's the thing about football. I'll meet a friend outside the ground. We'll argue over who's gonna win. He'll go for his team, I for mine. to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some noise, support the boys, and that's what football means to me. That's how I like my footy to be. And well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football. That's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about.
Well, there's another pleasant afternoon on offer as Filming Footy's global stream coverage of the 2023 Hills Football League season has ventured out to the competition's most northern outpost. Welcome everyone, Jeff Pistola and the Call of the Wild team with you as we find ourselves out in Mount Pleasant at Hughes Construction Oval for the round 12 Country Division A grade clash between the hosting Torrens Valley Lions and Macclesfield. Effectively third v fifth, with just a win between the two sides, so plenty on offer here this afternoon. And the man who always enjoys a road trip is here to bring you all the vibe of Hills footy. Welcome, Benny Goldfinch.
Pistols, great to be here, and I'm just enjoying watching our man Jaden Hill, who's
knock up his own stats.
He's currently out there playing for Torrens Valley, so Jaden will join us at some stage during the first quarter after giving it a red hot crack out here against Macclesfield. Currently in the reserves, looks like 11 goals 7 to 5 goals 9 with Macclesfield in front. As we can see, a little bit of drizzle on the lens.
Yes, it's been conditions not too bad because the amount of rain we've had during the week in the Adelaide Hills. A couple of fine days yesterday and Thursday, but yes, Saturday morning we got up a little bit drizzly, but not too bad out here at Mount Pleasant as we set out in the northern outskirts of the hills compared to perhaps some other venues here this afternoon. So as Benny said, Jaden J Hill will be joining us no doubt after a very appreciated warm shower, I'd suggest, Benny. Now, we're blessed to be in the company of the usual wonderful technical team. Absence of our man Salish. Benny.
Where is he?
I think he's back home trekking in the wilds in Nepal.
That's legitimate, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt he's tuning in. But it takes two men to replace him. But making a return today, celebrated Tommy Hills. Yep. But on Call of the Wild debut is our man Will Laws. Welcome to Will, and he'll be bringing us all the good stuff throughout the afternoon. And of course, a man who's always bringing us the good stuff, the cameraman extraordinaire James Davis, who of course is on the roof and braving the elements once again. But once again, a big thanks to all our Call of the Wild stream media supporters, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Dartfish, and of course the HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, the Courier newspaper, Rossdale Homes, Think Road Safety, and Sports Centre. And of course, a big thank you to the respective clubs, sponsors here this afternoon for the Torrens Valley Football Club. I think they'll just come up there.
Cast of Thousands.
As you can see, Benny Cast of Thousands, Nutrient Ag Solutions, Lindsay Young Veterinary Services will be here all afternoon. Matt Wood Plumbing and Gas, Gutter Tech, Rockford Barossa, Ampol Woodside, IDM, First National Murray Bridge, Sugar Financial Services, Closey Supermarkets, who don't, they sponsor many, Maxi Plus Sports Tapes, SKM, Hughes Constructions, of course, and I think we've Aurora, sorry, we missed out Aurora, and also for the Macclesfield Football Club, we have, of course, the Mackie Hotel and Resolve Energy. And as we say every week, thank you very much to those valued supporters and sponsors of the various community football clubs. Without them, we can't get along. Now, Benny, as we said, important game here this afternoon. Context of the top 3 finish with 5 rounds after today. The Lions, a good win here last start, their second game of the season ahead at Mount Pleasant. Of course, they share Mount Pleasant and Mount Torrens venues. So a good win here last time they were here against Birdwood, I think it was.
Yep.
So coming off the bye, refreshed. Macclesfield have only had 1 win from the last 5 outings. But as I said, sitting just precariously placed in that 5th spot. So they'll be looking for a win here this afternoon.
Well, the last time these two sides met, Macclesfield led at half time, and Macclesfield had a great second half. That was a few rounds ago, obviously, now at Macclesfield Oval.
Actually, you're like 15 points up, Benny, and Torrens Valley kicked 8 goals to 1 in that second half. You're quite right.
That's right. So, a few changes for both lineups. I'm not sure, putting Will on the spot here, but I'll maybe have a look at the lineups, if possibly. Of course, the sponsors there, Torrens Valley, once again. But here we go, Macclesfield's lineup. Pistols, a few changes to the side. We'll have a look through it. Isaac Lallard, Zach Ferguson, Sean Still, Reece Jolly, good to have him back in there. Harrison Bailey, of course, key recruit. Nat Ryan, Zach Heen, Bradley Noski, Nick Forrest, Connor White, Ashley Drew, Elliot Daniels, Todd O'Connor, the vice-captain, Josh Kelly, Jack Druitt, Jesse Ryan, Luke Nichols, Sam Shaw, Brock Schneelmich, and Henry Van Dyke.
Yeah, Henry Van Dyke, a late inclusion, I believe. There was a pull-out. Darcy Joseph pulling out earlier this morning for the Bloods lineup. So, yeah, and of course the Torrens Valley Lions, a few changes there, but Daniel Gonzalez, Henry Simmons, Ned Grieve, Dylan Rowe, Rob Young, Ben Lucas, Lucas Picklar's the captain. Hayden Hill, brother of the esteemed Jaden J, comes into the team. Cameron Bell, Mark Mueller, Caelan Maloney, Stephen Cooper, Riley O'Shea, Adam Bridgewood, Tony Gibson, Jeremy Schultz, Dougal Grieve, Brodie Geisler, Shane Jewett, late inclusion, Jason Rowe, and Xander Hughes. So, good lineup. But interesting here, Benny. Lions actually stand as the second best defensive team in the comp by points scored against
and a lot of that is due to Dougal Grieve being in the lineup this year. Pistols at full back, he's had a fantastic season. Of course, Dylan Row your boat back there as well. Handy back 6 for Torrens Valley as the Sirens gone here in the reserves. Might cross back to Will now in the producing area, and we're going to go for a bit of an interview. I had a couple of weeks ago with the president of Macclesfield Football Club, Stan Fawkett. Of course, he's been there for a few years now, loves the Mackie Football Club. So here's a bit of a chat that we had with Stan. All right, here we are again at Macclesfield Oval still. Stan Fawkett joins us, president of Macclesfield. Stan, how long have you been now involved with the Macclesfield Footy Club?
Oh, since my son was 8, I suppose, and he's 36 now, or 38 now, so it's quite a few years in and out.
And you live in Mackie, of course?
Yes, yeah, I live in Mackie, yeah.
Yeah, and what do you love about the Macclesfield Football Club?
Well, the biggest part about it is the community spirit. I mean, I'm a big pusher of everyone getting out there and supporting their town. I mean, it's a bit hard when a lot of people live in town and or work in town, and with the way things are going at the moment, and you find out with other clubs as well, people are dropping off, and we're trying to build it back up again.
One thing you're starting to build up, you got the women's football and also the juniors in the Colts system, so that must be great.
It's fantastic.
With Todd O'Connor as coach, is that right?
Yes, Todd's the coach. He's been doing a fantastic job. He
got a win against Torrens Valley too, so that was... Yeah.
Their first win, those kids were wrapped. And we've got a few girls playing in that team as well. And as we started off with about 6 or 7 players, and now we're up to 10 or 11, 12 or something. And we've developed a relationship with Harndorf, where they send players over. So in that game where we won, we had a bench, which we don't normally have, and the kids were just wrapped.
Because it did a lot of work off season as well, getting that out to the community as well about you having a side in the Colts.
Well, it was one of those things that we didn't have a lot of commitment from people, but we started with the boys that were playing football already in the Moddies last year, and we've just built on that, and Todd's done a fantastic job, and it's just slowly building up, and we're really, he's even talking maybe 16s next year, so
sensational
as well. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the how the Hills Football League is at the moment, and ways of improving or taking it to another level as a whole?
You mean the Hills Football League or our club?
Oh yeah, your club and the Hills Football League, what would you like to see?
Well, I noticed this year we don't have so many meetings with the HFL, so there's communication, but perhaps not as much as there could be. We're concentrating more on trying to build this club up. Yep. We're trying to, the more people we can get involved, the more volunteers we can get, and slowly we might sort of get a bit bigger. But our relationship with the HFL has always been good. We tend to just go with the flow rather than try and become obtuse about stuff, and as long as they keep us informed about everything, we're quite happy.
You've got some of the great volunteers of all time that have been here, like the Edwardses and all those sorts. I mean, yeah, so you have had and continue to have people who love the club and keep it ticking along.
Yeah, we do, but I mean their time's going to come to an end eventually, and we can't. We've just got to get more young people in, and it's very difficult. And you go to any other club, and they've got the same problem. Trying to get volunteers is the biggest problem with clubs, and it won't be players that fold clubs. It'll be volunteers.
Have you got an idea for that? How to assist with volunteers to make it easier for them, or yeah?
My plan is mainly to try and outsource some stuff. We just have to get more sponsorship to try and pay for stuff, because we just haven't got people to come and clean and do all that sort of gear, you know. So, but as far as the canteen, and you need volunteers, and it's just we just keep bringing people up, and if we can nurture these juniors and the women's team, and next year we're hoping to have the women's team on their own. They're with Chunka this year. If we can get them involved as well, it can only get better.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing you do incredibly well is the grand final here at the ground. But obviously, you'd love to be in one with the A grade as well.
Oh, look, we've got the talent. I mean, we saw it in the first game against Meadows. We got the talent. It's just a matter of building. And I reckon next year, we'd look out Mackie.
Tremendous, Stan. All the best. Get back to the fire and the club rooms, and what's cooking tonight?
We got schnitzels, chicken and beef schnitzel. We got Sharon, our long-time girl, back on the tees again this year. We're not doing it next year, so we have to find somebody else. But it's all good.
It's all happening. Great club. Good on you, Stan.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Okay, back live here at Hughes Construction Oval in Mount Pleasant. Great insight there to the Macclesfield Football Club with the president, Stan Forkett. And great little community club there, Benny.
Oh, fantastic. And
it was a little bit chilly out there.
Yes, Stan's mop there telling us what way the wind's going. But no, they've hosted a few grand finals as well. And obviously with great volunteers over the years, Pistols, and you name a cast of thousands there, the Edwards, of course, and Lallards, and etc., etc. So, great passionate club. As Torrens Valley have won the toss.
Lucas McClaves, and you'll go to the left of the screen, or if you're listening on 88.9 FM on Lofty, welcome aboard to the left of the dial.
Great man Andrew Ozalekna is currently up north. He's tuning in from Kununurra Oval, Pistols. He's currently at Kununurra Oval, going to watch East Kimberley Demons versus the Wynham Crocs, 29 degrees.
I tell you, it'll probably be a little bit drier up there, although as we speak, Benny, it's getting better out here. We just had that scattered rain in the last quarter of the twos, but the sun has come out and actually touches a blue sky poking through the clouds here, so hopefully the rain has abated for the rest of the afternoon. And what we're waiting for is the most anticipated game here. As I said, third versus fifth. Perhaps in the context of the Bloods, they'd be really keen to have this win. As I said, they've only won one of the last 5 games, but I did say they have conceded 200 points more than the Lions in defensively, but they've really only 2 goals short in attack. So it's a good defence against the attack here this afternoon. So the umpires here this afternoon,
Yes.
Bowen and Vito Chisozi.
And Bryson Wood, Bryce Ritter, Zach Hutchinson, Lincoln Hutchinson, Raymond Mollier and Trevor Edwards doing the goals.
Yes, Trev, as we said, one of those great volunteers in the Mackie Club, because Joy, his wife, I think she's been treasurer for something like 45 years old. Years. I was saying, gee, Will, that's about 3 times your age, I'd suggest. Will, our producer here this afternoon, but I hope he's enjoying his first venture out into the core of the wild. So umpire holds the ball off, so we're underway here. Round 12, Country Division action. Simmons stays on the ground for the Lions, gets the ball down, pushing it forward there. Coming in strongly near the cricket pitch area. In fact, the oval in pretty good condition, bearing in mind they don't play cricket here. So the pitch has to be uncovered. So, So ball comes out here. It's a chance for the Bloods. Nat Ryan getting involved. Gets across to a teammate. Taken away there. Ball goes forward out towards the wing area. Getting involved there was Rowe. But in the meantime, he's infringing. It'll be a free kick to Macclesfield there.
Yep, Todd O'Connor kicks it towards the half-forward line. And looks like it's going to be a free kick. Reece Jolly. So Reece Jolly, half-forward line for Macclesfield.
This is third game for the season, Benny.
Tries to spot up a teammate deep inside attacking 50. Looks like Daniel Gonzalez lurking out the back there. But umpire's deemed a free. It's going to be a throw and it's going to go to Macclesfield here. First shot at goal for them.
Luke Nichols, wearing 34, late change, I believe.
Okay.
So Luke Nichols
directly in front for Macclesfield's opportunity to... Looks like a left footer here, kicking towards the showground area.
Sets it on its way. Ball comes through, eventually forced through for a behind, the first of the game. So the Bloods leading by that solitary margin. Ball comes back in for the Lions out wide. Taylor's Blickups. He tried to flick it over the back. Intercepted here by the Bloods. Comes to Ryan. Quick tackle there. Comes back to Jolly. Kick towards. Well attacked there by the Lions. Defends this one. Might have been Grieve there. Ball goes up the centre of the ground. Here's a chance there off hands there. Involved was big Tony Gibson. Over the top there, because experienced ruckman coming to the club from Jervois. Also was a zone representative in his day for the River Murray League. So a good acquisition for the Valley Lions. Ball comes down there. Getting involved there was Big Harry, because he played rep footy this year. Was the leading goal kicker in the rep team.
Yep.
Big Harrison, number 3. So in opposition there for the Bloods was Jesse Ryan. So a ball up will occur.
Stoppage situation, outer side, ball flicked out. Good chain of handballs. Here's an opportunity for Macclesfield to go forward through Kelly, I think it was. But chop out mark here to Grieve. He's been in great form this season for Torrens Valley in that defensive half of the ground. Chop out mark, good start by the Bloods. Zach Keane takes the mark on the broadcast wing. Just ticked 2.5 minutes. Macclesfield 1 point. Torrens Valley yet to score. Kick into the forward pocket. 1-on-1 contest. Dylan Rowe with a decisive fist. Reece Jolly looking for a free kick for held on to. Torrens Valley quite looking for the boundary line here. Held up. Umpire says holding the ball though, and Macclesfield have got another shot at goal. Hemmed in the forward pocket area is Sean Steele.
Mark Mueller, one of the most experienced Lions players there, getting pinked. So Sean Steele, of course, crossing over this season from Meadows.
Has a lot of experience, is playing a large role in teaching the younger players this year.
So has kicked 5 goals, the number he wears. So a cute angle here for him. To the goal face. Helped on its way through there. And that was Schutz for the Lions. So another minor score. So 2 behinds to the Bloods. Actually, Torrens Valley haven't had the ball beyond centre yet. Early stages, of course, has just ticked over 3 minutes opening term here and called a wild. Trust you enjoy. Here's a chance now as Gibson gets the ball forward. It's all the Bloods back there. I'm touching the fumbles there. Handball down here in the direction. Oh, good intercept there. Getting involved there was Jason Rowe. Finally, it's Lallard. Puts the ball forward for the Bloods. Coming to meet it. Strong attack on the ball. Could have been infringed there. Umpire letting it flow. Bloods go long. Here's their first forward 50-metre entry. Chance there for the mark. Coughed up there by the Bloods defence. Good pressure applied. Lallard getting back to help the defence. Gets it back. Teammate now nurses it out wide and finds Connor White, half-back flank area for the Bloods.
Yeah, he got the ball from Noski there, but it's chopped out.
Gibson.
So Gibson with the ball just in front of us here, broadcasting a wing. Gone 4.5 minutes. Opening quarter action, Country Division. Dangerous kick. Could come off here. Kelly collects the ball for Macclesfield. Short pass. Opportunity for Nat Ryan on the left boot for Macclesfield. Out towards the half-forward flank. Oh, good handball over the top. Here's a chance for Reece Jolly to stroll in. Kick for goal.
Oh,
And
it's
he's
a post.
just missed there, obviously hitting the post. Great start from the Bloods. Just haven't taken their opportunities.
Absolutely. Already Jolly posing a bit of a threat up forward. High kick out here. Gibson's the target. Got his hands to it. Off hands. There's a chance taken away from the Bloods there. So the agency of Elliot Daniels.
Jolly.
And Jolly once again. Playing a jolly good start to this game. As you see, knee heavily strapped. Just his few appearances this season. But what a stalwart he's been. Past zone rip, of course, Benny.
Captain.
Captain. I think he won a best and fairest for the Bloods in his day. So here's a chance. Bloods looking to get back into finals contention this year. Puts it on its way. It's going to fade again. So as Benny Golfitch said, 4 shots at goal, 4 behinds. So it looks like it's going to be Adam Bridgewood retrieving the ball there.
So Speedy Gonzalez with the ball. He's been great this season for Torrens Valley, coming across from Bridgewater. Umpire's just blown the whistle here. He's can play forward, played midfield. Goes a short pass. Young, sweeping handball back to Speedy. Under pressure though, tried to hack the ball forward, but good early forward line pressure from Macclesfield, stopping Torrens Valley getting any real system moving forward. So it'll be a boundary throw in, out of side, half forward line. 4 points Macclesfield. Torrens Valley yet to score. 6 and a bit minutes. Here we are at beautiful Hughes Construction Oval in Mount Pleasant. Big clash for both sides, looking to strengthen their chances of playing finals and potentially get that all-important double chance at the end of the season, Pistols, that 3rd spot, which is up for grabs.
Absolutely. Hayden Hill there locked up, and of course we'll be hearing from JJ Hill shortly after he's showered and dressed after a stellar performance in the reserves game, which was won by Torrens, Macclesfield, 11-7 to 5-10. So meanwhile, a bit of confusion here. What's going on? Bit of discussion there.
That's Jaden's brother,
It is Hayden. He's I think maybe a blood rule, being sent off.
Macclesfield player in a
And,
bit of hurt here, Pistols.
Connor White, yeah, former Kapunda boy.
Might be a head clash there. He's
Yeah, a
not
bit of
too
concern
good.
for him. It looks
Or
like he got one
broken
in the snoz. Actually, you can see a bit of blood on his forehead too, so he's probably be a victim of the blood rule too, I'd suggest. So we'll have to wait for both these players to leave the arena. I think it might be Benny Lucas with the ball at the moment. Was former Hahndorf player.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, especially this early in the game. As you said, we've just ticked over 7.5 minutes here in the Call to Wild. Coming you from the Hills Football League Northern Outpost, of course, Mount Pleasant Oval.
Longest trip. Well worth the trip, though.
Well, particularly for Macclesfield, one of the longest trips in football for them.
Yes.
I suppose Kersbrook might be fractionally long, but so we're just waiting for the replacement players to come back on. Actually, one of them, Shane Druitt, bore it. He's back on for their line. So, meanwhile, back with Lucas. Nurses the ball on the outer side boundary. Line up there towards Big Gibson, number 21 in front there. Goes to ground, ball close to line. Lallard lurking, but ball over the boundary line, and the young academy boy will pitch it in. 4 academy boys today running the boundary, and why not? It's a pretty big ground out there, Benny.
Yep, boundary throw in, centre wing, outer side. Had a bit of rain to start the match, but look like we're okay at the moment. Overcast conditions. Sunshine the last few days. As Pistol says, 8.5 minutes. Torrens Valley yet to really get a forward entry. They have a chance here. Simmons against Noski. Ball hits the deck. Simmons looking for some support from the runners. Great work here. Oh, intercept though. Gonzalez. We know what he's capable of. Tied on the boundary line, but that's gone out of bounds on the full.
That should be a good match up there. Brad Noski, a good, honest performer against world interleague rep and leading goal kicker in that game, Big Harry Simmons.
I reckon Noski was the leading goal kicker for Macclesfield in the Senior Colts Premiership year.
Well,
Now he's
versatile.
their full-back.
Both
There
ends
you
of
go.
the ground, does it all. So the Bloods will bring the ball back into play. Back pocket area, favouring the outer side town wing. Pack size off hands there. Oh, nicely done by Bilkarbs. Improvised handball, intercepted by the Bloods. Flicked it across the top here, showing a bit of space
Kelly, I
there.
think it was.
Gets it out here, bouncing ball. Is a chance for Druid. Is just going to involve Mueller. Oh, well read there by the Bloods. Hand by the top. Here's to Jolly, already racking up the stats that matter. Nice pass up forward to his teammate. Oh, diving attempt there. Couldn't quite complete. Goes back for more. I think they might have stacks on the mill, but just
Yeah, just couldn't
Free
quite
kick.
make the most of the opportunity there. Macclesfield, they had a few players in space. Torrens Valley holding up though. Skipper, big halves. Ball hits the deck. Here's another chance for Macclesfield. Ball squeezes out. Dangerous position now, about 20 metres out from goal. Bit of soccer work. Torrens Valley's defence holding up well. Here's a chance.
Yep, combining it. Comes out here finally to Dougal Grieve. Gets a clear kick away out to the wing area. Over the top was Big Steele. Brings the ball to ground. Here's a chance for Ryan. Nat Variety lifts the eyes and picks out the lead of a teammate in the centre of the ground. Quickly, long handball. Gets it across here. Will he be run down? That was Elliot Daniels. And intercepting is Gonzalez, who's doing a power work at the moment. We see a lot of him in the midfield. And, of course, a proven goal kicker, Benny, but working well in defence at the moment.
Nice pressure there by Druid, I think it was, to put the Macclesfield shot at goal a little bit astray as Young takes the mark. Close checking though. Opportunity here for Blickharves. He goes a short pass inboard. Patient build up. Finds the co-captain, or his co-captain in Dougal Grieve. So the defensive 50 for Torrens Valley. They've had to weather a bit of a storm here to start this match, with Macclesfield getting repeat forward entry. Great attack on the ball, but that's deemed holding the ball there, and it'll be a chance for
Just Ryan, that was, Benny.
Jesse Ryan with the beard, and Daniel Gonzalez out of side. 12 minutes gone, Macclesfield 4 points, Torrens Valley yet to score.
So Gonzalez, of course, former Mount Lofty Devil and Bridgewater Raider, puts it up high. Oh, big leap up there over the back of the pack. Ball comes to ground. Channels it out here. Handball intercepted. Working hard there. It's a chance for the Bloods. Spoilt there. Trying to crash his way through there was Josh Kelly. Finally comes out here to Ryan again. Past representative captain, I think. Out of Jesse Ryan. In the meantime, gets the cross here. Teammate, they go forward. Out of wing scrambly football. Ball comes out here. Good tackle applied by Grieve. Scrappy football at the moment, as you expect. Comes out the back to our man, the Viking. Rowe, high kick on the left. Camped under it.
Sam Shaw. Oh, the Bloods go forward here. A lot of grubber kicks at the moment. Big Gibson picks it up, kicks it out towards the wing. Hopefully we can get some clear passages of play here, Pistols. A lot at stake, obviously, for these two sides. Matt Penny just going out there, the Torrens Valley runner today. He's injured for them. And Xander Hughes is on the bench as well, by the looks of it, alongside coach Adam Penny, as Kelly tries to pick up the ball here for Macclesfield, but it goes out towards the boundary line.
So, as you said, a defensive game at the moment, only to 4 behinds as we come up to 13 minutes mark here and call the wild coming in from Mount Pleasant Oval. Torrens Valley taking on the Macclesfield Blood. Is Jolly getting involved? You know, he'll do something creative. Ball pushed forward there by Lucas. Jolly again trying to sweep the ball. Here's Ryan, sweeps it out. Teammate comes back here to Shaw. Here's a touch of the fumbles, regathers it and finally gets a kick away. Mung forward, grabbed by Dakin, I think it is. Gives it back here to run to Nichols. Nichols gets it over the top to a teammate. He grabs it round the corner in Elliot Daniels.
There we go.
Who has kicked the opening goal of the game, Elliot Daniels, the former Raider. So at 13 minutes marks, first goal of the game through the agency of Daniels.
Don't mind the work of Dakin. He's coming into ruck now. Pistols just providing that good forward line target. But yeah, eventually Macclesfield making the most of their chances. As change coming up here, looks like Sam Shaw coming off the ground with the helmet for Macclesfield. Oh no, it's just going to his wing.
To the outside, yep.
So in the middle, Dakin Looks like he'll go head-to-head here with Gibson in the ruck. Also in the middle for Macclesfield is Elliot Daniels, the goal kicker. Nat Ryan's in there. Todd O'Connor as well, opposed to Speedy Gonzalez. Carlos Pickards, the captain, and Rob Young. So here we go. Can Torrens Valley get a little bit of a wriggle on towards their forward half of the ground? Because it's mainly been all the Bloods to start this one in terms of getting the ball forward. Nat Ryan on hands and knees tries to shovel out to teammate.
I think we saw Nat Ryan a couple of years ago when he was playing for the Raiders, been a contender for Mark of the Year, if you remember, a game against Mount Lofty down there.
That's right, high flyer.
Yeah, so up they go. Gibson gets it out. There's a chance for Gonzalez on the left, gets one forward. Rare forward entry here. It's a chance Lallard working hard for his seat back in defence. The young man gets assistance there from a teammate. It's knee milch, I think it is. Gonzalez also at the top of the ball there, holding it in. So as you see, good conditions here.
It'll start the break open a bit. Both sides just starting to settle into it here, Pistols. This should be a entertaining contest coming up.
So Gonzalez threading his way through. The Bloods nursed up the line to Nat Ryan. Ryan wastes no time, breaks on the left, goes towards the centre of the ground. Big Steele. So Big Steele virtually in the centre of the ground. You can see the circle in the background. Goes a drop punt towards half forward. Gibson's there, but also coming across and taking a good defensive mark, as he does so often. Putting his body on is Dylan Rowe.
Yep, Rowe kicks it out towards the wing. Just starting to get some bit more free-flowing football here at the moment. Push out, free kick for Torrens Valley. Looks like it's going to the co-captain and Carlos Blickarves.
Lucas,
of course.
Lucas Blickarves.
I'll think of his brother.
That's all right.
Of course, he played a bit for Harndorf. Lucas Blickarves, there we go. So, meantime, short pass.
Very talented family.
Yes, basketballers as well. Volleyballers, I think. Out towards the half-forward line, and it eludes.
Dougal Grieve.
Did target there in Dougal Grieve.
Interesting journeyman, Dougal Grieve. Goldie, Mount Lofty, the Raiders, of course down at Sturt, Birdwood and also Barossa Districts at a time in his career. Here's a chance for Gonzalez. Got good work there for the Bloods through the agency of Zach Heen, another former Raider. Gets it forward. It's a chance for Rob Young, honest performer. Also good after match speaker, they tell me. Gets across to Lucas. Nurses at forward. Oh, clean bowl was that man, Blickarves. His brother would have grabbed it.
Yes.
And also coming in strongly was Jesse Ryan. Made sure as the ball held in.
Well, his brother Carlos also played for Loberthal as well, Pistols. Harndorf and Loberthal. So, half-forward line. As you said, talented family. Athletic. Here's Rowe, just bustles his way through. Handball over the top, don't mind that. Towards the half-forward line. The intended target there was Riley O'Shea, I believe. He kicked the goal on the debut last time Torrens Valley hosted Birdwood. Here's Gibson versus Steele. Just feel like the game's starting to go to another level here. Blickarves handballs out to Rowe. Torrens Valley hack kick into the pocket, and that's gone out of bounds, and that'll be a free kick for Macclesfield for last touch to Isaac Lallard.
And then you got Caelan Maloney, O'Shea and also Xander Hughes, all played under 16 level, and of course they had a win there earlier this morning. So some good young talent coming through the ranks here for the Lions, which is good to see. As the Bloods deep in the back pocket, we'll bring the ball back into the corridor area. Lurking there was Lucas, goes to ground, grabbed by the Bloods. Oh, good chase down and pressure from Jason Ray. Ball comes forward, trying to come crashing through there was Jeremy Schultz. Boris Johnson lookalike, they tell me.
Is that right?
Young Boris, number 23, yes.
Yeah.
So just keep his eye on him for our viewers this afternoon here on the Call of the Wild. Meanwhile, a gang tackle there by a couple of Lions wraps up.
Call him the Prime Minister.
Josh Kelly, yes, former Prime. Just had his 8th kid too, Boris.
Half-forward line for Macclesfield. Their only goal kicker so far was Elliot Daniels. In fact, the only goal kicker of the match so far. Dylan Rowe saying, how's about that free kick? As Shaw gives the handball out to Nat Ryan towards the half-forward line. Don't mind the start from Steele. Looks like his mouth guard fell out there as he kicks into the pocket. Cut out, though, Torrens Valley. And they'll look to repel as Steele goes and picks up the mouth guard. We've gone 19 minutes. 1-4 to Macclesfield Torrens Valley yet to score.
So, over the back of the pack is Nat Ryan. Head over the ball as usual, got out the back door. High kick by Shaw in the helmet. Tour de France, of course, on at the moment. And in the meantime, out on the bounce. So, relieving kick be taken by Benny Lucas, of course, former Harndorf Magpie. Bit undecided there, thought about the short kick. Now, what's he going to do? Go across goals. I think he goes backwards, goes forward. Oh, the kick hasn't hit the spot. This is danger. Mark Mueller, the veteran for the Lions, past best and fairest. Under siege, gets a handball out wide. Comes out here towards Nev, goes to ground. In the meantime, the umpire on the spot. So we'll have a ball up just outside the 50-metre arc for the Macclesfield Bloods as they work towards the right of your screen or right of your dial on Lofty 88.9 FM. Trust you're enjoying our call. Comes back here to Jolly. Quick kick forward, camped under it, and taking the mark there will be Benny Lucas.
Torrens Valley's defence have held up pretty well for the first 20 minutes, only conceding one goal as Lucas goes out towards the outer side, but that's chopped out.
It'll be Nichols, I think, Benny.
Yep. So, Nichols on the left boot goes with a short pass into attack. Repeat forward entry. He's not quite coming
There's
off.
Boris.
Tried to get the kick away. Here's Xander Hughes, as Pistol said, the teenager for Torrens Valley. One of three out there as Isaac Lallard mopping up. Good chain of handballs. Skewed off the side of the boot with Schneemilch. And it's gone out of bounds, and it'll be a free kick for Dylan Rowe.
Of course, interleague rep a couple of years ago. Always gives an honest performance. Attacks the ball like a Viking. Looks like one. He's got Big Gibson in the centre of the ground. The big man takes the mark, quickly gets it out wide. The run here, will it sit for his teammate there? And Hayden Hill is back on after that blood issue. Bloods repel though, out towards the wing area. Good contested work there. Getting involved. Oh, here's a chance for Dakin.
Backpedaling, beautiful.
Athleticism, yeah, by the big man. Come and get me, he said. Gets it back. Oh, Gibson, that's courage there. Comes down here. Here's a chance for Steele. Shoots out a handball. Finds a teammate there.
This is the kick, Pistols. It's just not quite working at the
Yeah,
moment.
there's a chance. Good attack on the ball there. Gonzalez interfered with illegal disposal,
Well,
Vito said.
Let's see what happens here. Just can't quite finish the work at the moment, Macclesfield. And there we go.
Oh.
Dylan Rowe just says, I'm going to take the mark. Thanks very much there versus Harrison Bailey. One of the best best forwards versus best defenders in the comp. As the captains go at it here on the wing. Isaac Lallard versus Blickharves. Hem tight on the boundary line. Here's a chance for Macclesfield to go forward once again through Riley Dakin, but once again chopped off Ben Lucas. Just breaking down, moving forward at the moment. The Bloods are getting plenty of forward entries.
Yep, both sides seem to have a, colour blind. They seem to be picking out the opposition up the line. Here's a chance here for Rowe, Jason variety, past Nord Jr. I believe, in his CV. So Rowe just steadies things down.
Good start though. It's entertaining. That's
That
for
puts
sure.
there to the young Xander Hughes, as we said, still eligible for under 16s. In fact, played against the River Murray side in the rep game about a month ago. Nurses up the line. Here's a chance for Blickharves. Will it sit for him? He's under pressure. Good work by Lallard. You can see why he's had 6 games for 6 best players for the Bloods. Gets it forward. The young skipper. Good sliding interception taken by another best and fairest winner for the Lions and Mark Mueller.
Yeah, he kicks it out the row your boat. Flicks it on. Will he go and pick it up himself or soccer it? Oh, he goes and picks it up beautifully. Handball in board to Blickharves. He's looking for another inside runner, but it didn't quite work there. Meantime, it's a turnover. Kick towards the wing. Here's a chance for Bailey under the pump. Looking for some support. Handball over the top. Dakin. He's got some runners out here. And Reece Jolly. Beautiful handball over the top. What will he do? Well, he kicks out towards the pocket. It might come off here. It's hemmed deep in the pocket. And eventually goes out of bounds.
Toddy O'Connor just tripping over top and
as you see, 1-4 on the Coopers
Yes.
of Mount Torrens Farm Supplies Pistols for
Yeah,
fencing, hardware and irrigation.
Yeah, just want to see Johnny Cooper and the team. Good supporters of sport in the hills, that's for sure. So Big Gibson doing the ruck. Here's Gonzalez spinning his way through. Was Nat Ryan. Nat Young was the surfer, Benny. Back in the 60s, what am I talking about? So we'll have a ball up. Not that wet out here yet, you need the surfboard. Ball comes down here. Taking the old don't argue there for the Bloods.
Kelly
managed to get to boot the ball. Comes here to Mueller once again. Misdirected kick out here. Here's a chance for the young man in Hughes. Will it sit for him? Across the turf. Close to the boundary line and goes for a try. As he puts it over the line. So the Academy boy.
Great start to this one. Pistols low scoring at the moment, but
Yep.
this will definitely get the feeling like it'll break open. Just both sides just need to be a bit more efficient with that final kick inside 50 as Gibson wins it down.
Ooh.
Here's a chance for the Bloods, tied on the boundary line. Is Luke Nichols, sorry.
just that little area, just that little bit of patch. Looks like the mower might have got a bit bogged there, Benny. It's a little bit, as you can just see the left of screen there now where the ruckman are lining up. So apart from that, the oval's in pristine condition.
Oh, you betcha. No, it's not too bad compared to a few ovals which are starting to turn a bit. As Dakin, I like his start to this one. Xander Hughes got a few touches, looking for touch with the helmet on. Past Adam Penny and the coaching staff. 25 minutes gone.
Adam Penny working the board down the bottom left-hand screen.
Lallard. Short pass. Oh, sliding in dangerously. Not giving away a free kick, though. I think that was Noski or Lallard. Looked like Lallard. Umpire is going to pay downfield or a free kick anyway for the Bloods. As Lallard told to give the ball to the other player here as Reece Jolly took the mark deep in the first quarter. So only goal kicker so far for the Bloods is Elliot Daniels, and the only goal kicker in the first quarter, Pistols, because we're at quarter time, 1-4 Macclesfield, 0-0 Torrens Valley, but an entertaining start to this one. Just both sides need to clean up a bit in the disposal usage.
Absolutely, and as I said, the unforced error count, they'll be looking pretty keen to cut that out, but yeah, as you said, got the makings of an entertaining game here. As we said, Torrens Valley coming in a game ahead of the Bloods on the premiership ladder, so plenty to play for as the little bit of precipitation just drifted in, a little bit of a drizzle, so hopefully that'll clear off during the break. Now, as we said,
continuing on,
yeah, to balance the ledger, we had a talk about pre-match talk about went and had a chat with the Macclesfield Footy Club. So you ventured out a couple of weeks ago to
Torrens Valley.
Torrens Valley.
I went to Mount Torrens Pistols just down the road. So here's a bit of a chat with some of the players, the captain, I think, and also Xander Hughes. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the second quarter. All right, great privilege, joined by Torrens Valley skipper Lucas
Blitzovs.
There we go, tremendous. How you found it at Torrens Valley? Because you've been here now a couple of years, is that right?
Yeah, so my second year at Torrens Valley. Yeah, last year was a bit of a struggle, but you know, there's some good people around the club, and you want to give back to them and support them. So that's why I came back again this year, and you know, we've had a little bit of success already, which is nice. So it's kind of repaid the faith of the supporters in the group. Yeah.
How do you like to go about it as captain of this group?
Yeah, I mean it's a challenge because we've got some some guys with some pretty high football IQ. Me only still learning the game is always a bit of a challenge, but you know, hopefully the guys respect my leadership, and I try and be a leader on the field more so than what I say. I suppose lead by my actions rather than words. So
and good to get a few more wins at the moment. Genuine top 5 chances now. What are you looking forward from the guys over the next few rounds in a tight 7-team comp?
Yeah, I think it's just continuing to build on how to win. You know, I think that's what we've been struggling over the last couple of years is we haven't won many games, so we're still learning how to win. So it's just building that consistency as the year goes on. You know, we've had some close games where we haven't been able to get over the line. We've led and haven't been able to finish off. So I think it's just learning how to win and then hopefully stringing together a few wins. So. And
one of the talented guys on this side, of course, next year Xander Hughes. How important is he for the group?
Yeah, I mean it's awesome having a junior that's a regular contributor for us and not just another number on the field. He's routinely in our best 5, which is fantastic, and it's really important for the club to have those players. You know, we've got Xander and we've got a few others that are regular contributors, which is awesome for a small footy community club like this. So
obviously, there's bucketing sheets out there at the moment. What's happening tonight at the club?
Yeah, I think it's we're having a bit of an indoor fitness session as opposed to slogging around in the mud out there. Unfortunately, this oval doesn't hold up overly well, but that's why we transitioned across to Mount Pleasant in the second half of the year, and we're really looking forward to a drier oval and a bigger oval as well. So
tremendous. Well, thanks for joining us. I'll just have a chat to Xander now. All the best. Xander, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about your background at Torrens Valley.
I do a bit of things everywhere. Coaching under 9s, playing under 16s, then playing up for A grade. So just a bit around everywhere.
Yeah, and you played moddies and all the way through?
Yeah, played all the way through since, I think, under 8s.
Yeah. How old are you now?
16.
Tremendous. Yeah, so how many years of A grade have you played?
This is probably my second and a half.
And how are you finding it?
Fun, amazing.
Anything in particular that you enjoy about is it the competition or coming up against the older players or
Well, probably more so the fact of coming up, playing onto the stronger players. It's a lot better when you have people that come around you, help you out, and you know they've got your back. So
And behind the scenes here as well, tell us a little bit about what happens at Torrens Valley Footy Club, because they've got a lot of dedicated volunteers.
There's a lot of dedicated volunteers here. My mum's a big role as team manager. She does practically everything around here, helping everyone.
Okay, back live here. Good chat there with Sand Hughes, back with the live action. Started the second term, and already is Macclesfield surging into attack. Here's a chance here, so thread the ball out here. Looking to get a shot on goal. Here's Rowe coming in strongly. Oh, it could have been a bit of a high tackle there. Yes, umpire says
a few comments, Pistols.
Yes.
Liz Porter, she's tuned in. She's enjoying it. Beck Northcott says the Lions need a bit of a lift, and the great man Andrew Ozalekna live from Kununurra Oval. He's tuned in up north, so shout out to everyone. And if you want to get involved, Call of the Wild Facebook page as a good mark in the pocket. I'll get to that shortly. Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page. We're live on the Filming Footy YouTube, and also if you like to listen on radio, Lofty 88.9.
We talked about errors, unforced errors, or defensive clearance there, straight to Harrison Bailey, who in turn has put it down the throat there of Zach Ferguson. So young Zach Ferguson here, 3 goals for the season, former Morphett Vale junior footballer. So take his best kick here, being a left footer.
His coach's son, by the way, Pistols.
He has certainly done his best kick. He's done better than that. That is a brilliant goal.
Yeah, coach's son. Flashes moments of brilliance, according to the notes that we've got, and that's one of them right there. That is sensational.
Well, exactly as we said, on the wrong side for a left footer, difficult pocket, and he's made that look easy. Just threaded the needle there, Benny. So a great opening goal, and virtually the first 90 seconds of the second term here for Macclesfield, through the agency of Ferguson. So the Lions need to respond, yet to get on the board at any form of score, so they'll be certainly going towards what's been the favoured end so far. Today's games out here at Mount Pleasant at Hughes Construction Oval, the old Talunga Park back in the day. So Gibson gets a knockdown this time. Once again, the Bloods first chance for Gonzalez, holding the ball, paid. Advantage paid there. Ball forward here. Here's a chance for good defence there, taken by Lallard, the skipper. Lifts the eyes and puts it forward. He's got a lead up there. Through the agency of Todd O'Connor from the vice-captain. Ball spills free. Chance for the Bloods there out wide. Oh, nice ball there. Picked up there by Hayden Hill. Hill goes forward. Good defensive ball there. Ball hits the deck. Gonzalez overran it.
Yep, there's a chance for the Bloods to kick into the middle of the ground. Good start to the second quarter from Macclesfield. They're pushing forward as Kelly pirouettes. Just got a bit of a toe poke away there. Great forward line pressure. That's holding the ball. So Sean Steele with a chance. True centre half forward area for the Bloods. They've started well. They currently lead on the scoreboard 2-4, 16 to Torrens Valley yet to score. So Sean Steele, centre half forward area, goes into the pocket area. Ferguson just dropping that one. Ball hits the deck. This way, that way. Handball over the top. Lucas looking for some support. They're under enormous pressure here, Torrens Valley. Here's Steele once again. Can he pick it up? Macclesfield hovering around the half forward line. Snap forward. Deep, long, big pack form. Ball hits the deck. And it looks like Todd O'Connor wrapped up right on the goal line here.
So desperation here, as you see, right in the teeth of goal here. Gibson gets the ball down, thread the ball out, taken by Nev Grieve, gives it back to a teammate. Attempted handball intercepted there by the big man in Steele.
He started well.
Working hard, he's taken by Rowe. Ball comes down here, and there's a chance for a clearing kick for the Lions up the line, but a good juggling mark intercepted there, taken by Zach Heen, one of the ex-Raider contingent here in the Bloods this afternoon.
Yep, he'll kick the ball forward. Nat Ryan's on. Oh no, he shows a bit of candy, and he'll have a shot from 50. Long, strong, right to the line, fisted into the post by Big Gibson. So they're continuing to pepper here, Pistols. They go to 2-5. Torrens Valley yet to score.
Absolutely. So Lions would not be keen to let that margin get too great. Obviously eyeing off that first score on the ball, which will be a relief for him. At the moment, Gonzalez right at the other end of the oval as he prepares to bring the ball back into play. He'll come to our broadcast side. Target out here is Ned Grieve. Off hands. Good Kelly getting involved there for the Macclesfield. Good contest, so the ball out of the boundary line, and the Academy boy will pitch in. You see his Academy teammate there. As we said, 4 boundary umpires here this afternoon on the big ground out here at Mount Pleasant.
So we've gone 5 minutes. Bloods have opened up with a point and a goal. They're looking good here. Hem tight on the boundary line. Flying shot at goal. And it's gone through for a minor score by Jack Druitt. So they go to 2-6 now. 18. Torrens Valley yet to score. So Torrens Valley just looking to move the ball outside the congested forward line at the moment and give at the other end of the ground Harry Simmons an opportunity to work his magic opposed to Brad Noski. Lallard opposed to Blickharft here. Short kick finds Rowe. So Rowe tight on the boundary line for Torrens Valley. Yet to score at the moment, the Valley Lions in this big clash. 3rd versus 6th on the ladder. Handball over the top. Kick forward. 2.5 forward area. Great mark. Nat Ryan was off. Tried to say he wasn't. Reece Jolly, 1 step into the pocket. Rowe floating back. And it's gone off hands. Minor score. So 2-7 Macclesfield.
Good intercept there by Jack Druitt. With the knee brace, as you said, got across to Ryan, but perhaps played on a bit quickly.
So Speedy Gonzalez with an opportunity here. Be keen to get involved in creating some scoring opportunities for the Valley Lions at the moment. They've been a bit starved in that department as Dylan Rowe takes the mark half back line. Short pass over the top. Good pressure. Hem tight on the boundary line. Heen, I think it was, slapped on. Here's a chance for O'Connor. He's set upon in a bit of a high tackle there by Rowe. So once again, the Bloods pressing half forward line.
So O'Connor, high kick, attempted fist there by Grieve, ball over the back. Good tackle applied there by Rowe of the Jason variety on this occasion for the Valley Lions. Prevents any further play. Daniels was the target there. Ball comes out. Here's a chance now. Threading his way through was Jolly. High kick comes through to Jesse Ryan.
Outside the boot. Thanks for coming. That's a goal, is it? Yes, it is.
It is. Jesse Ryan getting involved there, just handing the ball off. If we can see that one again. Will?
No, we haven't got that today.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So I've trying to work out who actually kicked that goal for the Bloods.
Outside the boot, nice goal. 3-7 now.
So Torrens Valley would be starting to feel a little bit nervous. He might have come into this game favourites, given their standing on the ladder, but they did have the bye last week, so whether they're a bit rusty, but gee, you can't afford to give the opposition the start they have at the moment. 3-7 to no score, and we're coming up just over 8 minutes gone here in the Call to Wild.
Yep, so back in the middle, Gibson in ruck versus Dakin. O'Connor's in there. Also Ashley Drew from Macclesfield, so they're keen to motor the ball forward as Adam Penny just patrolling the boundary line here as the Valley Lions move forward. Good spoil there by Lallard. He's on today. Blickhardt looking for some support. Here's Lallard on the wing area. Kelly over the ball. Umpire says I'll have it. 9 minutes gone. 3-7 Macclesfield. Torrens Valley yet to score. Valley Lions is currently 3rd on the ladder. Macclesfield just around that 5th spot. Big contest for both sides in the context of the season. And the umpire says, I'll have it once again. So a bit of a stalemate here on the wing.
Just go round the grounds. Benny, here on the Call to Wild. Blackwood 2-4, lead Mount Barker 1-1. courtesy of Summit Communications out there. Our man Timmy Glover. So good game out there at the Summit. Meanwhile, here's a chance. The ball went forward. Foot races on. Daniels leading. Gathers the ball. Tries to get on that left. Has a ping. And just misses. But, wow, Macclesfield just doing all the running at the moment. And as we said, that 3-8, if they'd been able to find the target, well, the game would well and truly just about be over. But as it is, it's starting to take a bit of a firm grip on it, even at this early stage in the second quarter, 10 minutes in.
Lucas goes a short pass. Just struggling to get the ball past midway at the moment. Gonzalez, short build-up, patient build-up. Still out inside the defensive 50. Bit of sunshine now here at Mount Pleasant. As Gonzalez goes out towards the outer side. Blickups, that's what they need from the skipper. Get a bit of momentum rolling forward here. Out towards the big marking Harry Simmons. That's better. Here's some transition play from the Valley Lions as they go forward. First real look at it.
Good work by the veterinarian Cooper.
Yep.
Goes to ground. He's already played a game of footy. And sitting on the bench after playing in the B's. Here's Trent hacked forward. Here's a chest. The foot races on. Hughes, will it sit for him? Xander goes to ground. Can he recover? Looking for spot. I'll do it on my own, he says, the young man.
That's better.
And a fine individual performance. It's probably one of the youngest boys on the ground. Has finally raised the first goal. Nearly 11 minutes in the second term for Torrens Valley. One straight. Mackie 3 goal 8. 20-point margin here. So we'll see if that what it does. Goals can lift the confidence of a side.
So back in the middle. Dakin's in there. Reece Jolly. Robbie Young. Todd O'Connor. Nat Ryan. Gibson. So Valley Lions making the most there of their opportunity. Macclesfield 11 scoring shots to 1. So see what the Valley Lions can do here. Getting a bit of support from the wing from Ned Grieve. He's opposed to Kelly. So back in the middle, Gibson versus Dakin. Gibson won that one round. Nat Ryan, though, clearing kick for Macclesfield to the half-forward line. Harrison Bailey versus a couple of Lions. Good mopping up. Bridgewood goes in towards Gonzalez. Here's a chance for the Valley Lions. Out towards a running Grieve. Good work, though, by Ryan. Around on the left boot, out towards the wing. Good attack on the ball. Thought he might have jarred the leg there, but that was all right. Ashley Drew, high kick. Ryan versus the big man Gibson. Holding on there was Reece Jolly. Umpire didn't see it that way. Rob Young goes and picks the ball up for Torrens Valley. Kick round the corner by Speedy Gonzalez. In the middle of the ground, here's Isaac Lallard. Getting some support there by Dakin, and Macclesfield a chance Pistols to go forward towards the half-forward line where Harrison Bailey's going to track it down.
Yeah, Bailey, rep football a couple of years ago. Div 1 gets it left foot, centres the ball. Getting back there was Rowe, fumbled the ball with Macclesfield. Ready to grab the crumbs. Here's a chance for Ryan. Has it eluded the fingers?
It just did.
That's a Nat Ryan. A sensational snap there. But once again, Torrens Valley paying the price for fumbles in that dangerous area.
Just eluded the diving goalkeeper-style defender there for Torrens Valley. Great goal.
I'll tell you what, whoever it was, unfortunately, I reckon he might have cut his fingernails this morning because that was just millimetres from touching the fingers. But just said, Benny Goldfinch said, just had enough leverage to clear it. So another goal on the board for the Macclesfield Bloods. They go to 4-8. Torrens Valley are 1 goal straight here on the call of the Wild Hills Football League, coming to you through Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish. So the Bloods starting to take a solid hold on this result. It'll be an important one for them as they cling to that 5th spot. Back in the centre. Can the Lions counter? Dakin gets the ball down. There's a chance again for the Bloods out of centre, winning the centre clearance, that's for sure. Out to Jess Ryan. He's been impressive. Here's young Hughes, the only goal kicker for the Lions at the moment. Good determination shown by the young man in the helmet. Holds the ball in.
Centre wing. 15 minutes gone. 4-8 to 1 goal. So it's 12 scoring shots to 1. Macclesfield in control by 26 points. Similar sort of scenario the last time they two sides played, and then Torrens Valley got a wriggle on in that second half and came home strongly. But they really need a wriggle on at the moment because Macclesfield are on top. Half forward line, great chop off by Drew. Reasonable tackle. There, it's come off by Ned Greaves. So the ball half forward line for the Bloods. One more here and really get the Valley Lions faithful a little bit concerned as Dakin goes up against Gibson. Gibson tries to go in. Great work there by Kelly under pressure. In fact, Gibson might have hurt himself.
Yeah, you can see him in the foreground there, just grabbing his elbow, and the big man. Tough as now, looks as he's going to go for a one-hander here. He does. It seems like he's okay. Luckily, once again, the ball in a packed situation, scrambled there.
Tested out.
Yeah, lays the tackle. So, obviously,
maybe just a bit of a stinger.
Needed some of the magic spray, but he's back in business, as they say. So Gibson this time gets the ball down. Lurking is Jolly. Ball trapped in underneath him. Also involved there is Nat Ryan, who just kicked that last sensational goal. And umpire Grant Bowen will come in once again and ball up. So Gibson, Dakin gets it down. Trying to get the kick away. Torrens Valley through the aids there. Lucas out wide here. That's a good mark. Taken out there by Cameron Bell.
Dangerous forward.
In opposition to Drew. It goes forward. His Blickards get it, but lurking once again as they've done so far. The Bloods at ground level. Very efficient. Send the ball back from which it came in. It's a chance for Rowe. Once again a fumble. Uncontested fumble. And that's just the difference between the two sides at the moment. It's the Christmas and... more precise handling by the Bloods with the ball.
So smack bang in the middle of Hughes Construction Oval in Mount Pleasant as Torrens Valley go forward. Here's a chance. Brodie Geisler was the kicker. Out towards Simmons. He's 2-on-1 versus the two headband wearers in Lallard and Noski. And it's held up. So they need to get a chance here, the Valley Lions. Only one goal so far to Xander Hughes. So, Blickards went up in a ruck. Here's a chance. Off hands. Handball out. Tied on the boundary line. Speedy Gonzalez put this one down for a point. Normally you'd put him down for a goal in that sort of situation. 1-1, 4-8. Bloods in control here.
So, Noski just retrieving the ball. Front of the playground. Picturesque setting out here at Mount Pleasant. Hughes Construction Oval, Talunga Park, as it was in the old days. Also the venue back in the day for a few Escort Cup Sandful pre-season games. So it's a pretty quality oval, and also used to be the scene of a lot of grand finals out here. Perhaps they can play finals football again out here this year. Host the final. Comes back here to Jesse Ryan. Around the corner, high kick to the wing area. Mark's built there. Handballed on. Bloods go further forward. Now, good use of the body there.
Bailey.
By Bailey. Showed his experience. Goes for goals here. Will it carry? Bounces just to the left of the post. Trevor Edwards signalling a behind there for Macclesfield. But certainly the Bloods well in control at the moment.
Could have had the game well and truly under control, Pistols.
Absolutely. 4-9 plays 1-1 here in the Call of the Wild, coming up to 18 minutes gone, second term. Trust you're enjoying our global stream.
Call of the Wild Facebook page, Hills Football League Facebook page, and Filming Footy YouTube. As
of course, Lofty, 88.9.
88.9 as Duval Grieve brings the ball in for the Valley Lions here. Deep in the defensive 50, out towards Big Gibson. See what that elbow's like. Ball hits the deck. Here's a chance for Kelly. Ragdolled around, got the handball out. Here's Bailey, hemmed tight on the boundary line. And umpire says it'll be a boundary throw-in. So we've ticked on to 19 minutes. Second quarter action here. Bloods in control, 4-9 to 1-1. Half forward line. Another one here for Macclesfield would be interesting. Bailey will go in ruck versus Gibson. Gibson won that one down. Nice tap, actually. Here's a chance out towards the half-back flank. It'll be the two helmeted players out there in Hughes versus Ryan.
Shaw,
sorry. Here's a chance for the Bloods.
Keen.
Kick forward into the pocket. Bailey went up, 1-2, takes the mark.
Yep, nice work there by Zach Heen. To sense his intercept, then just looked and raised the eyes. And Bailey, as you said, a good tumbling mark. He said playing for the Raiders a couple of years ago and represented the Hills, I think, up at Karoonda in the Div 1. So that's
yes.
It might be an opportune moment to welcome the man who was out there knocking up his own stats this afternoon in the early game. Jaden J Hill, welcome.
Cheers, Pistols, Goldie. How we going? Good to get the boots back on again and have a kick around. So,
what was the stats, Jade? You keep
I had
your own stats.
I had a couple kicks, here and there, a couple of handballs. So
yeah,
no, it was good to get the
action
boots
here
back
with
on.
Bailey leans back on the kick. Trevor
well.
Edwards just indicates once again another miss. So how'd you find the deck out there, Jade? We're just saying, just from the little bit out here in the wing in front of the pavilion, it's a little bit boggy, whether the tractor got bogged mowing it, but the rest of it seems in pretty good nick.
Yeah, spot on, Pistols. The outer side is beautiful. It's actually really good to play on. This side's a bit boggy, but apart from that, the ground's in good nick.
So 3 goals 6 is the return in this quarter to 1 goal straight. So as I said, Mackie doing everything but really putting the foot on the throat here as the ball marked by Shaw. So once again, you have the opportunity to send them back inside. And we're just commenting, Jaden, obviously you've been watching a bit of the game, just the ball use, a bit more precise, the turnovers that Torrens Valley are bringing the opposition into play here.
Yeah, you're right, and it is good, if Torrens Valley can find those shorter targets and stuff, but unfortunately if you turn the ball over, and it really depends where you turn the ball over, Macclesfield are really good, and hopefully in the second half Torrens Valley can make Macclesfield turn it over in some good positions.
Boundary throw-in inside attacking 50 for the Bloods. Trying to pick it up there was Rowe. He got the kick out towards the 2 helmet players once again in Shaw versus Hughes. Great work from Shaw. Got it out to Big Dakin. He throws the ball on the boot, and that's gone out towards the boundary line. Eventually fisted out of bounds, and it'll be a boundary throw-in deep inside attacking 50 here.
And Boris just getting involved there in the top right of screen with the blonde locks. Boris Johnson look-alike.
So 4-10 to Torrens Valley 1-1 as we tick towards the 22-minute mark.
Bit of
I
discussion
think it's
here.
just going to be a boundary throw-in because the player was under pressure. When
Jaden, just tell us about number 10 for the Lions out there. Had to come off with the blood rule earlier. How's he go?
Hayden Hill, he's a good runner, a really good runner. Played a bit of B grade as well, and a really good
Any
runner.
relation?
No relation at all.
relation,
No relation at all.
Ah, well, some people would claim that was your brother, or he was claiming that was your brother because of your fame and fortune. That procedure, wherever you go, is a chance for Gonzalez. Gets a quick kick away, but once again, camped under the ball. It's the Bloods. I'll bang it back from where it came, but once again, offline and out of bounds. As I said, Mackie with the registered shots. And
they
also
have absolutely dominated.
Yeah.
Pistols, absolutely dominated, but just haven't quite made the most of it here, and giving Torrens Valley an opportunity in the second half. 14 scoring shots to 2. I think Torrens Valley on one hand have had inside 50s. So, as we know, Torrens Valley in 3rd spot on the ladder at the moment. Give them an opportunity, and they could do some damage in the second half as they kick the ball out towards the wing area. Lala went up, good spoil, brings it to ground level. Well, the umpire didn't see it that way, obviously.
Free kick there to Dougal Grieve. Might have taken one a bit high, Betty, but they're just falling. Just can't get the ball forward of centre, as you said. Macclesfield just can't behind the ball, and when the ball gets to the ground, they've just got the numbers and then they use it. So, as we said, nearly 23 minutes gone. Can they jag a goal before a long adjournment? Would certainly lift their morale as the ball goes forward. Big Gibson there, as you said, his elbow has improved, the stinger, so the big man, former Jervois ruckman, goes long. Here's a chance. Big Harry Simmons in front of the score.
One grab,
two grab.
Three.
The big man goes to the ground.
Oh, it's a mark.
It has to be a mark for the big man. Yes, give him 50 if you don't mind. So, the leading goal kicker in the recent rep game, Benny and Jaden.
That was a text message that came through from Ben.
Yes, he does. I think he's.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
What are your thoughts, Jaden? Talk us through it.
Well, I should get the distance here, Big Harry. I reckon.
That's kicked 11 for the year, for the Lions.
Yeah.
So take us through it, Jaden, as he.
If he goes to the right-hand side, he should be right. Come back and. Oh, there you go. There's the man, just lurking.
Gibson.
He's fine. No issues with that elbow.
He just took that. I think all the rest of the players thought it was going across the line. So big Gibbo, just
very laconic.
Very laconic.
I tell you what, if you were the Macclesfield coach, you'd be scratching your head. Where was the man on Gibson? So
it's kicked 3 for the season. This will.
Bit of banana.
Go for the checky here.
Oh,
I tell you what, he's killed it, the big man from Jervois.
There you go. Bit of Max Gorn in that one too. So Torrens Valley now, second goal of the game and reduce the margin. Just Macclesfield haven't been able to take their chances. And it's just a 21-point ball game. Nearly 25 minutes gone in this second term.
Just might be the tonic they needed there, Benny. As I said,
Yes.
get one on the half-time siren, which is intimate, you'd suggest.
Yeah, well, I've got Speedy in the middle now. Lucas. I wouldn't mind Carlos, let's be honest.
Well, that's right.
The two brothers.
They look similar.
Lucas in there, Ben Lucas. So let's see if they can get a little bit of a roll on here as we head towards half-time. Looks like Bailey has gone into the ruck. Nat Ryan's in there. Also Todd O'Connor, I reckon. Luke Nichols. In meantime, back in the middle. Can Torrens Valley go back-to-back with the goals, or will the Bloods answer? Well, it's an opportunity here for Torrens Valley across the half-back line through the normal wingman and Ned Grieve. So Grieve, he goes out towards the wing, finds his brother in Dougal, just near the heavy area of Mount Pleasant Oval, or Hughes Construction Oval here. So Dougal might as well go further afield. He does. Here's Gibson. He's fine. He's actually starting to go to another level here after copping that elbow injury. So Big Gibson, just around from the interchange bench area, goes back inboard. Patient build-up here for the Valley Lions, taken by Brodie Geisler. He kicks towards centre-half forward. Here's a chance. Greaves down there. Xander Hughes, pop-over pass into the forward pocket. Almost a mark there. Pistols to Cameron Bell.
Yeah, drew it under pressure there for the Bloods. Trying to keep the ball, keeps it close to the boundary line. He's surrounded there, goes to ground once again. Jack drew it.
The door's ajar, isn't it, Jaden?
Absolutely. So you see in the background, Jaden, the score 2-1 to 4-10.
Jaden.
Yeah, it is. Definitely is a jar at the moment, Goldie. Torrens Valley get one here before half-time.
Yep, so Big Gibson doing it all. He must have spurred him into action. Gets the ball back towards Rowe. Oh, socketed full by Shaw, I think it was, for the Bloods. Got some distance, that's for sure, in the danger territory. Over on Dakin, good shepherd there for his teammate. Who clever little handball himself. I think that was very good play. Just trying to pick up who that was.
Oh, the coach's son.
Yeah, it was.
Ferguson.
Comes forward here. Here's a chance here now. Boris Johnson, what can he do? Oh, good use of the body there. Handballs it to a teammate. Good work there. Good teamwork. Will come out here to Neville Grieve. Nev puts it up the line looking for Lucas. Good spoil by Lallard. Will it sit for him? Good work here by Steele.
Gone.
Penned.
They're starting to go to another level here, both sides in a way.
Yeah, Geyser. Good tackle there. Held it up. Puts it across here.
Yep.
Finds D. Grieve.
This is a good free-flowing footy here. Xander Hughes takes the mark. Half-back flank. Heading into the 28-minute mark as it goes out towards the outer side. Big Gibbo goes up versus Dakin, and it's going to be held up outer side.
I tell you what, Gibbo's like a reborn player that bang on the elbow.
Woke him up there. He's up and about now. So Gibson in the ruck versus Dakin. Whiz that one down to Big Gibbo. Ball hits the deck. Good period here for Torrens Valley.
They just get the sense, Jaden J. They're just starting to lift here. As I said, they had the bye last week, so they're a bit slow to start.
That's a good point.
Yeah, they are lifting at the moment. Interesting if Macclesfield can sort of shut the door a little bit.
Oh, Gibson, clever toe poke out there. Here's a chance for Mueller, runs into his own teammate. They work it out as it comes back here to Geyser around the corner, bouncing ball. Coming to meet is Lallard. He's run down, managed to get a handball away. Comes back out here. Is a chance for Jess Ryan. Round the corner. Nice. Out here to Henry Van Dyke. So Van Dyke steadies, goes inside 50. What's the target? Will be Big Steele. He just wanders into the space and takes the mark.
Yep, kicks it into the pocket area. Slips catch work there. Nice movement from the Bloods. And so
these Lions defenders, they really caught out there.
Nice vision from Steele. Good work from Lallard once again. Mopping up across that half back line. So scoreboard 4-10 to 2-1. This would be a good settler for the Bloods after a little bit of a period for Torrens Valley, but umpire Trevor Edwards says it's what is it? It's out
in the full. Yeah, Ashley Drew was the
there we go, half time. So missed opportunities, Jaden, but the Bloods are still in control. 4-10 to 2-1 at 21-point margin.
Yeah, it was just that little 5-minute period at the end where Torrens Valley started to get bang for their buck, really, and put some pressure on Macclesfield. So unfortunately, Macclesfield haven't been able to convert their dominance, but they have been really good around the ground as well, working some space in the 50 and making sure they hit up those targets. So it'll be interesting to see if it's a bit more level around the ground in the second half.
All right, we might take some sponsors'
Videos? Yep.
recommendations here, and then we'll be back with perhaps a bit of an interview during half time here at the Call of the Wild on Filming Footy. We have Macclesfield in charge 34-13 over the Torrens Valley Lions. Back soon here at Mount Pleasant Oval. Welcome back here, half-time break at Mount Pleasant or Hughes Construction Oval, and a pretty good game of footy at the moment. Macclesfield 4-10 leading Torrens Valley Lions 2-1. Now, certainly plenty of value in the Penny family's influence on the Torrens Valley Footy Club this year, because we have Adam as the coach, because Matthew Penny playing assistant coach, but also this year they've been joined by the, well, I was going to say matriarch, but patriarch of the family, Robert Spender Penny, as the football director. Rob, welcome to the Call of the Wild, mate.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much for having me.
Now, what possesses a man who's done a lot in footy to sort of get involved again? Perhaps there's better things for a man of your age to be doing on a Saturday afternoon in the warmer conditions.
Certainly, this footy season has been very cold, very wet, and it has crossed my mind that I should be drinking a nice pint of stout, sitting in a pub, having a punt on a horse, but thought I'd get involved with the boys. I mean, obviously it's good to spend a bit of time with his sons. They've worked very hard in the last couple of years to sort of get it, well, say back on track, try to get the footy club going again. So, I admire that. I mean, I've been through the same process myself, I suppose, with with Mount Lofty and my involvement with Paul Clements. So it was a situation where I thought I'd give him a bit of time, put a bit of time in.
And also the Ironbank Football Club, of course, we were involved there. The first A-grade coach to take him into the finals back in the day. Long time ago now, right? But yeah, just was there areas that you identified that needed to sort of be improved for the Valley Lions, because they're are improving, but for a few couple of years they were a little bit struggling.
They've obviously did it tough. I wasn't that aware of their past history, quite frankly. I'd pick up the Sunday Mail or look at the phone in regard to the scores from the year before, and I thought, to be quite frank, I thought, why would you want to be involved, Adam? As in my son, and I asked him that 2 or 3 times, but he's got a real passion for coaching and the footy club, and they've done an awful lot of work pre-season, obviously recruiting, and a lot of their lads they've been on the track, most of them, since November, trying to get together as a footy team. So I mean, for me to identify it, it was all about support from where I came from. Just giving him a hand, letting him in, doing all the admin stuff, the sort of little bits and pieces running around, so that he can focus purely on footy.
But obviously, being successful yourself as being a premiership coach at juniors and senior level, there must be a few little elements you can see and just needed tidying up for the club to be ultimately successful.
Possibly, Jeff. I mean, I think you've got to give. I think sort of any coach. It is about support, and I don't think it's. I don't necessarily get that involved. I certainly don't get that involved with him, on the boundary on a Saturday, because he and I are very similar. Probably a little. Well, I was going to say a little bit too passionate, emotional. And so he needs his space, and I'll chat with him for 2 or 3 minutes, maybe at half time, and when he starts throwing the magnets around and try and identify areas that they're not quite, it's not working for them. But he's pretty savvy. Adam's got a very good football brain, and he's quite a good communicator. So in that regard, they're say a young group, young as in games together young. I mean, this is what's this there. 9th game of the year, and half of them probably wouldn't have even known each other come the first round. So they are young in regard to a team, and as is today showing, their form is quite up and down. They play some really good footy and then they go missing. I mean, we're a couple of goals down today. We're not out of it. Our first half has been pretty average. There's one of our old mates waving to us.
Yes,
the old groupie Trev Edwards.
That's right, still are.
But I know they, even today, I mean, they're a chance of possibly getting over the line. Whether we deserve to, that's footy. But I mean, and Mackie are the same place as us. I mean, you're basically playing for the final spot, hopefully a top 3 spot. I think that the reality is, come the crunch, I mean, Gamaraka are a very good side in this competition. They'll be extremely hard to beat. And Meadows aren't that far behind them. And I think that Meadows have had a few injuries the last few games, so they haven't had a full squad. So,
if you look at it, the figures though, like 8 games, because you've had the 3 buys, so 8 games have actually played this year, and you got a 50% coaching record, Adam, so he's going to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Particularly when you look at them over the last few years. There's been some pretty unfortunate years.
Yeah, I don't know. They've struggled. I mean, hey, struggled badly. I mean, footy clubs do, don't they? Like, I mean, Ironbank, I went over there, I think in 91 or something like that. They'd done the same thing. I think they'd won 1 game in 5 years. We got lucky enough where, a few blokes bought in, we recruited a couple of lads, and this is what's happened here. They've got a good group of lads. They can play footy. As I said, their form's a bit up and down. When they switch it on, they go all right. But there's this, unfortunately, I think there's a fair gap between being good and just that tad under. I mean, there's sort of good or average, without being without sounding nasty.
One thing you must have been impressed, so like Torrens Valleys have said the years that they haven't had success, but this year is a sort of light at the end of the tunnel. Just the enthusiasm, the die hard, the people who are always in a community footy club.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I've come in and you get around the club and you got your loyal supporters, which they've obviously had for years and years. Their committee, Shannon Lynn, Ty Lee, and these people. I mean, they're like all people, a lot of people in footy clubs. They've got a passion for their footy club. They want to see it succeed, and it's interesting. I mean, I think Adam's attitude was that he gets as much satisfaction out of them seeing a result, seeing some success, as against getting your backside kicked every week. There's not much fun when you're involved in that scenario.
Hey, this game, as you mentioned, Rob, not out of it by those couple of goals late in that term would have really given a bit of heart and soul, because I suppose having the bye last week and a bit slow starting, and
I think it's fair call.
Game that the corresponding game early in the year in the second half, they kicked 8 goals to 1.
Well, this is a carbon copy of when we played at Macclesfield.
Yeah,
our first half was very, very average, and then we came back and blitzed them in the second half. Yeah, the bye scenario, it's a tough one. I mean, I've never been involved in a comp where it seems like every second week you're not playing footy. They've had their 3 buys for the year, so they've got to run through now. They don't have a buy again. But look, I understand that's the makeup of the comp, but I don't think it's. And I've never experienced it as a player. It'll be, I don't know how, it must be fairly difficult to, without the continuity of sort of playing footy week after week after week. And we got a couple of lads, Big Tony Gibson, he works in the mines. I mean, he's week on, week off anyway. And, I think this would be maybe his 4th game for the year. Okay. And he's a bloke that needs footy. He needs to put 2 or 3 games together in a row. And I think most of our group do, and we haven't had that yet. But I mean, there's no excuse now. I mean, we've got 4 or 5 games to go for the minor round, no break, which I think that's the way to go.
We actually commented in the call that just the errors were costing.
Oh yeah. But I mean, the reality is, Jeff. I mean, their bad kickings kept us in the game.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
but then your bad field kicking, the turnovers has put them in the game.
Yeah, and that's fair call. I mean, when we put it together, it's really. I mean, I've seen passages of footy this year that are very pleasing. They can move the ball as well as any team. And yes, we're making a few mistakes, but I think it's I think that's the structure that Adam set up. I mean, he wants to encourage good ball use. Yeah, and there will be mistakes, as frustrating it is, especially as an old man sitting there supporting it. Goodness me, and even probably in a coaching scenario. But you are going to make those blues. And as I said to Adam, mate, you've just got to accept that. Albeit as frustrating as it may be.
I was going to say, so how do you go on a Saturday night, mate? Where the wins would be fantastic, but is the old coach still there, Spender, where on a Saturday night you go, gee, if we should have done this and should have done that?
A little bit.
Without being too critical.
Yeah, no, a little bit, but I would get over it real quick these days, mate. I've had years of torment. I don't need to. I don't need to revisit that. I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy driving home with as I said, with a stubbier stout and listen to the AFL results and whatever. My days of going home and kicking the cat or whatever, as I used to say, in sheer frustration, they're done. Yeah.
Nah, it's fantastic. Like, you're a champion player, premiership player, premiership coach. So it's great to see you back involved in the game at some level.
Thank you, Jeff, and thanks for having me on. And you do, blokes, both of you and Goldie do a great job, and it's great for Hughes footy. I mean, it's interesting. One thing I will say is I've been very surprised in regard to the way that the supporters that these country clubs have. Yeah. There aren't too many games where you don't get a decent crowd.
You did right. That's what it's all about. Community football, grassroots football, and
sure.
Everyone talks and raves about the elite level. It has its problems, but when you get bad, as I said, to the bare coalface. Grassroots footy.
Jeffrey, I've got to go to blow the siren for the timekeeping, mate.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
Thanks
for
joining us.
Cheers.
Robert Penny joining us here on the Call of the Wild.
Thank you.
All right, the sides are back on the field, ready for the second half here. In fact, we're just about to kick away. So 21-point margin in favour of the Macclesfield Bloods as we're underway. So first goal will be ultra important. Not that they all aren't, but just keep that momentum. So first kick at the corner goes for the agency of Nev Grieve for the Valley Lions. Gets it forward. Here's a chance taken by Jesse Ryan. He's got support here from Druitt. Druitt over the top. Finds a teammate. Calling for it is Nat Ryan. Ball comes along here, taken away. And the Bloods going forward. Already Torrens Valley defence as they were in that first half under a bit of pressure.
Yep, like the game of Sean Steele, he goes forward, but it's chopped out there by Ben Lucas. So, Calves, the skipper, co-captain for Torrens Valley. Short pass over the top. Harrison Bailey with the decisive punch, but it goes straight to Gonzalez. Link-up chain for Torrens Valley as they go towards the outer side wing. Let's see how they start this third term. It's very important. Here's a chance, though, for Lallard. He's sweeping handball over the top. Goes to Ryan. He's under the pump. Here's a chance. Torrens Valley with a chance to move the ball forward. Straight down the middle of the ground. They've got players aplenty here. Just flick it over the top. Dougal-Grieve. He's got Big Simo over the top, but great pressure by Lallard. What another brilliant game he's having as Noski links up. Ryan. Half back line. Macclesfield go towards the wing. Congested pack situation. And it's going to be held up. Jaden J, opportunity there for Torrens Valley breaking down, and Lallard's had another great game.
Yeah, you're right. It was an opportunity for Grieve to go forward, but unfortunately for Torrens Valley, Lallard was there, and he's had a great season. He really has, Benny.
I think he's got best, as Pistol says, for Macclesfield the last 6 matches.
Yeah, and he was really good. I watched a bit of the game against Kangarilla, and he was really good around the contest last week.
So he's playing on Dougal-Grieve today, which is a big match-up. Ball just in front of us. Umpire shielding the eyes. The sun's out, which is great. Blue skies here at Hughes Construction Oval in Mount Pleasant. First goal, very important. 22 points the margin. We've got the ball here on interchange wing. Good tackle there by Nat Ryan. As Pistol said, formerly the interleague captain of the country division side. Also played at Bridgewater for a few seasons. Here's a chance for Macclesfield. Snap round the corner by Jesse Ryan. Good attack on the ball by Xander Hughes. He's kicked the goal for Torrens Valley in that last quarter. And the umpire says, I'll have it. Big Harry Simmons was keen to get that ball, Pistols, before from Dougal-Grieve, but it just didn't quite come off.
Round the grounds here in the Caldwell, half-time Blackwood 5-6, leading Mount Barker 4-4 in the game over there at the Summit. And we think our man, Summit
MC?
Communications, MC Timmy Glover, for that score update, and we'll keep you involved in what's happening here in Hills football at the moment. It's the Lions clawing their way back in. Here's Big Dakin, gets out for the Bloods. Here's a chance for Jesse Ryan close to the boundary line. Oh, Academy boy almost cleaned up there as the ball comes up forward, lurking there. Jolly, ball flicks out here, coming to meet his row. He'll stand his ground, no doubt about that. Flicks out a handball high to a teammate. Lucas cleverly got it to Young, in turn got it back to Grieve. Grieve's high kick to centre. Lurking is Jesse Ryan. He's got support there from a teammate. Coughs it up. Scrambly play here at the moment.
Oh, tunnel ball.
Getting up there. Ball comes out the back here. Called by the umpire. So it'll be free kick here to Jack Jewett. I think pretty handy in the summer as well, Jane J.
Yeah, plays for the Lenswood Rangers in the cricket. Very handy cricketer.
Puts it out wide. Good strong mark taken out there.
Ned Grieve.
Ned Grieve.
Here goes a short pass. I was just going to say, Pistols, Torrens Valley do have the fitness. We've seen what they're capable of in the fitness department with their skipping and the push-up work that they did a few weeks ago.
Robert Penny, who joined us in half-time, their football director, said yes, that's been one of their key things, to get fitter.
Kick towards the half-forward line. Grieve was the target. Sliding in there. Good work, Dougal-Grieve. Looking for some support, though. In a congested situation. Ball eventually pops out. Once again, Grieve went in there against Druitt, and it's going to be held up just around from us here. 5 minutes gone, 4-11 to 2-1. Jaden J.
I'm not sure if you've mentioned or not, but Jack's brother Shane is on the bench for Torrens Valley. You have Borat? Yeah.
The Borat, yes.
Borat, yes.
Head-to-head matchup between the brothers.
Yes, exactly. Borat also played in the B grade as well, so double game for him.
And Stephen Cooper as well.
Yes. Yep.
So they love doubling up with their games. They'll get 100 games up very early for the club.
Yes.
So meanwhile, this is Geisler with the ball. Brody Geisler, former peak footballer, puts it high. Chance here, what a big grab there.
Lallard.
Coming to me is Lallard, who's been very good in defence this afternoon. Such a young man, carrying the role of skipper very well, Benny.
No, it's fantastic. Noski's done a good job as well. All of the back six have done a great job for Macclesfield, and a couple of people in the back of the truck there.
We love our country footy in the back of the ute.
So boundary throw in deep inside of 50 here for the Valley Lions. Can they extract a goal here? Bloods, though, working the ball out of defence. Jolly's around the contest here. Along with Nat Ryan.
well
Good pick
done.
up Ned Grieve. He goes, swings around on the right boot. Lallard will fly off his hand. Snap back. Big Harry Simmons. And that's gone out of bounds. That'll be last touch. Free kick for Macclesfield.
Great grab by Ned Grieve there, but off the ball, great shepherd by Mark Mueller there. So I just think they're lifted a bit. All we need is the Kelpie in the back of the ute there, Jade and Joe, out in the country.
Yes.
Underneath the gum trees. Bit of John Williamson right up your alley.
Yes.
I suggest country.
Yes, and goals and guitars.
Joe,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
When do we hear that, Joe?
So 5:30 to 6:30 on Lofty 88.9.
He's handing out his
On
own business.
Thursday nights.
Handing out the business cards.
Thursday nights, correct?
Ball comes, fists at the ground level. Here's a chance again. Working hard as row. Jesse Ryan involved as well. Ball held in there. So a real contest now, and you can sense since they kicked those couple of goals, and obviously a rev up at half time from coach Adam Penny. The Lions are playing with a lot more, purpose and using the ball a lot better. As we said, coming off a week's break, so they're a bit rusty that first half. But if the Bloods had kicked straight, as you can tell by the scoreboard at the moment, 4-11 to 2-1.
Half forward line. Here is Druitt. He goes to the quick handball. Torrens Valley go forward. Here's Harry Simmons.
Just
sensational mark.
Just bustled his way to the front.
That's
there.
all you got to do. He's saying, just get me near the ball. I'm going to turn it on.
So the big man models his game. He's a big Kangaroo supporter, so models his game on Big Goldstein.
Is that right?
He'll be one of his heroes. So just throwing the glass up there, Lloydie style. So here he is, the big H. What can he do here?
Big kick, big moment. He likes
He
it.
liked it. Got the semi-cobra, then had to put it back in the cage. But minor score.
Good signs, though.
Certainly they're having more inside 50 entries than they did in the opening term, that's for sure. They're actually opening half here, Jaden.
Yeah, 3-2 at the moment in favour of Torrens Valley.
So Lallard to bring the ball back in. The youthful skipper of the Bloods.
And I haven't seen Connor White since the blood nose early in the match, Pistols and Jaden.
That is
So
a good
they're a
point.
player down at the moment, the
There's
Bloods.
Black Labs. Lucas Variety goes backwards to go forward to Geisler. Geisler thought about giving it off, but this time goes with the left boot towards the centre over Gibson.
Big
Here's a
ball.
chance. Here we go. Another perhaps wayward turnover. Could prove costly.
They're pushing
Leading in
forward
race
the
for
Bloods.
ball. Grabbed by the Bloods there. Put it forward. That's
Hail
through the action
Mary.
of Elliot Daniels. It's a chance lumbering out there. Oh, well done by Big Gibson. Here's a chance for Johnson. Look-alike. Well done. Good work there by Jeremy Schultz.
Yeah, Nev Grieve, he goes a short pass to Row Your Boat, Dylan Rowe, pushing up there with the flowing locks. So just around from Lynn Wilhelm, was taking some photos for Torrens Valley today. Lallard almost took the mark, goes and crumbs his own work, handle over the top to big Harrison Bailey. And Adam Penny enjoying the start here from the Bloods in the third term, just giving him a bit of a clap. They are 2-1. Macclesfield 4-11. In fact, it's a boundary throw-in or is it a free kick last touch?
Matt Penny, the runner, he's getting involved. You can't be serious, he's saying.
Bit of that.
Great
Boundary
discussion.
throw-in.
It's come back to Gonzalo. Confusion
Came
reigns.
off his...
What was a ham? He's reversed it here. Has it been reversed against the runner's questioning? That'll be one for what's your decision later in the week, Goldie. So
there you go.
So meanwhile, the kick out the wing. Good body you said, but over the back here, Lucas Dakin getting involved. So it was a steal. Ball goes to ground there. So that's a bit of a confusing whatever happened there. So a turnover. Might have to check after and see what that was all about. But in the meantime, umpire Bowen will ball it up.
Half forward line for the Bloods. They're absorbing Torrens Valley's push here. Good smother there. Well, Nat Ryan just put the body on the line. Ball gradually moving towards the boundary line here. It looks like Harrison Bailey in the ruck versus Gibbo. Over the top, Nat Ryan bursting in from the side. And umpire says, I'll have it. Matt Penny barking instructions here as Adam Penny working the board. Torrens Valley 2-1. You just get a feeling, Pistols and Jaden. One goal here for Torrens Valley, and the Valley Line supporters will really start to get up and about. But it's on the half-forward line for the Bloods at the moment. We'll get the thoughts from Jaden J. Hill shortly as a ball squeezes out. Here's a chance.
Been unlucky there.
Ball pops out, Nat Ryan, and it's a real rugby sort of scrum. Eventually, here's a chance, Shaw, and umpire says, I'll have it. Just near the heavier part of Mount Pleasant, Jaden, correct? Just that heavy area there?
Yeah, correct, Goldie. Yeah, a bit boggy up there, but that's okay.
Actually, I'll just come back there. There's a quick kick away, but Shaw deflects off Gibson. Almost a falcon there. Ball goes to the ground. Actually, scrambly play. Umpire have to ball. I just got to ask you, Jaden. Joe, I noticed in the reserves game, you seemed to play on. Did you specifically ask to play on the outer wing where it wasn't less boggy, both the whole quarters?
So for 3 quarters, I played on the outer wing, and that was a match-up tactic pistol, actually, behind the scenes here. So, yes.
I just thought you didn't want to get your boots dirty in the bog there. This ball comes back out. Here's a chance here taken by Todd O'Connor. The vice-captain puts it forward. Oh, big leap in front. Couldn't be held by Blickard.
Steele.
A chance for Steele. Handball's out here. Will it sit for Harrison Bailey? We know he's talented. Puts it forward. Big leap in the goal score.
Oh! What a great
beauty!
Lying
great
down on
mark
the ground.
By Ashley Drew. Sensational mark there. Could be the Cooper's Fodder Store mark of the day, that one, Benny.
Or the Macclesfield Hotel.
Yeah, just lying on his back there at the Mackie Hotel. Or Resolve Energy. So, Drew, can he finish off a sensational individual effort?
He's missed.
No, Trevor Edwards moves too far. So, low-scoring quarter here, boys.
So, kick in for Torrens Valley. 2-1 to 4-12 now.
I think they got a point here.
Is it?
Torrens Valley, so I reckon it should be 2-2. We'll just check that. I think the scoreboard might be a little bit behind us.
Are they going to...
Anyway, we'll confer with that. We don't want any more...
half back line.
Scoreboard...
so umpire throws the ball up. Big Gibbo in the ruck. Wins it down nicely. Clearing kick. Playing in the front position. Great control there by Bell, but it's intercepted. Drew it. Got it to Lallard. He's slick. Here's Shaw, this way, that way. He's got a player on in the middle of the ground. They've got a chance to run here. Here's Jesse Ryan on the right boot. Squeezes one out towards centre half forward. Big Gibbo goes up. Ball hits the deck. Young. Clever slap on there from Gibson. Opens it up. A chance here for Mueller. They've got a chance here for Neb Grieve. Over the top to Dylan Roy. Row your boat. Downfield free kick. Or a mark. Take your pick. And Roy just saying, okay, lads, I'm just going to work out my options here. Big kick.
In the boggy part of the ground too, so you think he'd run wide. No, he goes short up the line because he's got a lead here.
Teenager.
And on his young Riley O'Shea, who represented the Hughes Football League against River Murray recently. A low pass in. He was looking for lead there of Grieve, but cut off nicely there for the Bloods by Elliot Daniels. One of the ex-Raiders amongst the Bloods combination. He goes out wide. There's a couple out here. It's a raffle. And winning the prize out
Kelly.
there is Kelly. Waste no time, goes out further afield. Here's a chance for Big Dakin lumbering out. He's got support there from a teammate in Luke Nichols. Ball comes into Jesse Ryan, but once again turns the ball over and picks out Robbie Young.
So Rob Young, half back line. Both sides yet to add a goal in this quarter. 14 minutes gone. Young, short pass over the top. Oh, umpire almost blew the mark there, and Reece Jolly on the scene. Pins him and chucks him to the ground.
Yeah, anticipation mark there for Bridgewood, who fumbled it. So, as you said, umpire will come in and ball it up.
Jaden.
Yeah, really interesting now on the outer side. Majority of this quarter's been on this side, so utilising the dry ground there, guys.
Ball hovering around at ground level. Here's a chance for Torrens Valley now. Good work. Inboard. Can they get the ball forward here, Torrens Valley? Good pressure by Macclesfield, though. Ball held up, half-forward line for them. They lead 4-12 to apparently 2-1, and it's 15 minutes gone. Third quarter action as Dakin extracts the ball. The big man runs away, kicks it into the man on the mark, which is Gibson. Comedy of errors there, and eventually the ball's worked out of defence by Torrens Valley, and Big Row Your Boat takes the mark out of side.
So Dylan Rowe with the ball. Decides to go inboard. He's got Mueller in the centre of the ground. The veteran grabs the ball. Called to play on by the umpire. Puts it back out here to Gonzalez. The speed. He gets it back to Rowe. Rowe just streams through the centre pitch area. High kick out here. Towards sit for Hill. He does. Hayden Hill on the left will curl it back in. No, it's off the side of the boot. It is effective as it's
a mark anyway.
Downfield, and it's going to be young Riley O'Shea with the resultant free kick. That's kicked 3 goals in senior company this year.
Jaden's namesake just coming off the ground here, Hayden Hill.
Yeah, good last name.
So, O'Shea.
It's a big, a young man. What can he do? He's got to kick a goal.
I tell you what, one of the youngest men was Xander Hughes out there, and he's kicked a very nice goal, young man. So,
stay alive, Jaden.
Yeah, they are. And so 6 inside 50s to 5 in favour of Torrens Valley, but well done by O'Shea, a very handy table tennis player for Harrogate as well, Pistols.
Oh, Harrogate.
So,
right.
yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, well done to O'Shea. And now it's just a 17-point margin, 16 minutes gone in this third term.
Well, a bit like yourself, Jaden, the top spin, the forehand, got it all.
Yeah, all of that, Pistols, all of that, you know. Good
Nice build-up play by
well.
Rowe as well during that passage of play. I like how he's playing today. He's had a great season, and speaking of the devil, he's gone straight into the middle here. I don't think he's rucking because Gibson's in the ruck versus Harrison Bailey. Here's a chance from Nat Ryan, set upon immediately by Daniel Gonzalez. I thought that might have been holding the ball.
I tell you, just sense here, Lions, since late in that second term, are just starting to get a bit of a roll on here. So Gibson, if they can get the ball away from these clearances, Mackie been very good, particularly this man who locks it in and wins a free kick, and Nat Ryan.
Hayden Hill just getting a bit of work on his calves here at the ground level.
Oh, so be a bit behind the play there in the shepherding account. So the ball's actually been turned over as Jolly was off to the races.
A little bit of undiscipline here from Mackie.
Yep, so Bell gets the ball to Hughes.
The youngsters are lighting it up.
So both of them having kicked goals.
Here's Simmons.
There's Big Harry. Oh, deflected though. The big man follows up, just crashes his way through. Although weighted numbers here favours the blood, although Simmons in again.
It's a throw.
It's a throw, illegal disposal. And the free kick.
You can almost put Speedy down here. Jaden is a beautiful kick of the ball. He's leading goal kicker for Bridgewater last year. Might be right on his limit.
Yeah, he'll kick from 50, although he was short there. Goes across here to Geisler.
He's a good kick.
Geisler, short pass up the corridor. Looming out was Grieve. Deflects back here. Bell, I think it was, toe poke forward looking for Simmons, but stepping in front is that man again, Lallard, on the last line takes the relieving mark.
Directing traffic, the captain. 4-12 to 3-1. Bloods in control for the majority of the match, but you get the feeling like Torrens Valley just starting to get a bit of a wriggle on here. Similar game style to the last time they two played. It'll be last touch or he handled out of bounds. Under the pump here, Macclesfield. Torrens Valley definitely pushing. Adam Penny starting to sense something here as he's strolling out towards the half-forward line. Big Gibbo, I liked his game, Pistol, since entering that elbow. He's really dominated, or at least lifted in the ruck.
Absolutely. As I said, fly in, fly out, as Rob Penny said. Minor.
So Gibson will just loft this one into the pocket with a bit of a shank. Almost a mark there in the forward pocket. Umpire's called a free kick for Torrens Valley.
Yeah, hanging on, Goldie, it was. A bit of a shank of a kick, but it worked in the end. And
Grieve.
Yeah, so Grieve was held on, and I think it was...
Oh, is it? No, it's not.
Was it Grieve, was it?
Yeah,
it is Grieve.
Yeah, it's Grieve.
Yeah, come on, Goldie, don't doubt yourself.
He's going to drop punt here, Jaden. Talk us through it.
Yeah, going to go to the drop punt from this angle.
No.
Oh, it's on the instep there, just couldn't quite bring it back. So 16-point margin, 19 minutes gone.
But Coach Adam Penny be more than pleased with the amount of forward entries they have compared to the first half.
Those forward entries, Jaden?
So 8 to 5.
8 to 5.
So just waiting for the ball to be retrieved here.
Reasons behind that, Jaden? What are you sensing?
I just think Torrens Valley, Rowe's been really good, some run off half back as well, getting the ball inside 50, but they've also had some good composure going forward as well. So bit of a mix of both. Goldie?
So Lallard puts it out wide, finds Shaw, double grab mark. So the ball in the helmet just down from our commentary position here on the pavilion side here at Mount Pleasant. Hughes Construction Oval, come close to the boundary, but the big Gibson, hands in front. Tony Gibson has spent a lot of playing football for Jervois. Was a zone rep for the River Murray. Ball's going to drop short. There's Simmons there. Crashes the pack. He's Grieve as well. Oh, he's taken. Strong tackle applied on him.
He was trying a little bit of academy work there. Just a little bit of... oh, no, maybe he did cop one high.
Yeah, Zach Heen.
No acting at all.
No. So Vito puts it up. Rowe, late to Torrens Valley
spoiled his
contest
own
against
man.
themselves. That's right.
Big
Ball back,
Gibbo.
Gibso doing it all. Can he trap it? The big just couldn't grab it. Last minute, here's Jolly. Started the game impressively. Tries to get the underground handball out to that man. Drew it. Goes to ground. Feed out here towards Lucas. Toe pokes it in front of himself, coming to meet it. The Bloods weighted numbers.
Need a
Finally
goal
get
here,
it out.
Mackie.
Handball by Steele across here. Good smother there by Blickarbs. Gives the opportunity here.
Great
Hughes,
handball
clever.
by Hughes.
Blickarbs. Quick topo. Here's Grieve at the front of the pack. They need a crummer in front. Blood's coming away with it. Sweeps the handball out here to get out of trouble for sure. Long handball out wide to Steele.
Mackie holding up brilliantly there. Pistols, they're under enormous pressure, but they're managing to move the ball forward here for O'Connor. Can they capitalise at the other end? Off to the races. Strolling in, snap round the corner.
Adam Drew.
It's into the pocket now. Just couldn't quite keep it alive there. But they were under a hell of a lot of pressure there, Jaden, and they held up quite well, Macclesfield.
Yeah, they
Torrens
did.
Valley are coming hard.
Yeah, it was interesting that Macclesfield sort of did what Torrens Valley have been doing with a slingshot this quarter and just couldn't quite convert. But also really good touch there by the Macclesfield player, making sure it was a boundary throw-in too.
So boundary throw-in deep inside Macclesfield's forward line. As you can see, Ferguson just lurking here with the headband. Few headbands out there for Macclesfield. So in the pocket area, what can they craft here from the stoppage? But Gibbo grabs it out the ruck. Bailey the tackler on Mueller.
I reckon if you want to open a business in Mackie, Benny, your sports store, you sell long sleeve jumpers and headbands.
Headbands. You're spot on. Do yourself a favour. That's a good tip there, Pistols. Deep inside attacking 50 for the Blood. Ferguson applying the heat. Ball comes out. Here's Young. He's reliable. Gets it off to Speedy Gonzalez. Working the ball outside of the defensive area. Ball hits the deck. Kelly. Great handball. Flying shot towards the pocket. Dakin was up. Bailey!
That is special!
Goal!
That is fantastic work by Bailey. We know he's
much needed goal.
Pedigreed goldies. He just trapped that ball and knew where the goals were. So Harrison Bailey.
Well, he played Div 1 Interleague last year, Pistols. Played for Bridgewater.
That was all class.
A few people were a bit delayed there on the car store, Hiron.
I think goal umpire just confirmed it there. So really handy goal there for Macclesfield. Now out to a 22-point margin. Torrens Valley have had most of the play.
Yes.
So well done to Macclesfield to get the counter-attack goal.
Yeah, it would be frustrating, as we said, percentage up the other end, and then great work to get it down there in the position to score, and then Bailey just finishing off the great work by the defence. So quality goal there by a quality footballer. So their nose in front now, 5-12 to 3-2. Can the Lions respond in the centre? Once again, pushing it through Ryan. He's been busy today, getting involved there. Also going to the ground as he got bundled over the line. The ball pushed forward. Here's a chance now, looking dangerous. Here's Bailey again. What can he do this time? Tries to push off opponents. Shrugged off the ball by Rowe. And I think it without possession of the ball, just a bit over enthusiastic there, Rowe. And I tell you what, here's a chance now for Bailey to kick back-to-back goals and become the only multiple goal scorer on the ground.
Well, he was the leading goal kicker, I think, for Hills Division 1 in the Interleague win against River Murray last year. So he's a definite sharpshooter.
I think coming in the game he's had 12, so he's got 13 on the board. So he kicked the unusual one there just a while ago. So this one's more set shot straight in front. Well, he likes the difficult ones, Benny.
Missed that one.
So through for a minor score. So the Bloods 5-13 to 3-2 here. Call with the Wild. Trust you're enjoying our call. Wild Strength. Thanks to Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish.
Great conditions. Blue skies. Only a few clouds in the sky here at Hughes Construction Oval in Mount Pleasant. Torrens Valley still in it. 22 points to margin. 25 minutes gone. Kelly gets the handball away. Here's a chance towards Nichols. Into the goal square area. High flyer was Ferguson, and he did well to hold the ball deep inside attacking 50. As you can see there, Harrison Bailey giving him a bit of a clap.
They just don't want to leak another goal here, Jaden, before three-quarter time, the Lions.
No, they don't. It's interesting. Both teams have scored 1 goal too this quarter, and Macclesfield haven't won a third quarter since round 9. So now it's 1 goal 3, so now they're in the lead for the third quarter, so it could be their first third quarter win since round 9.
Speedy Gonzalez brings the ball in, out towards Mueller. quickly off his mark. Keen to get the ball down this end of the ground, Torrens Valley. Short pass. Oh, great work from Ferguson, but it's a mark by Rowe, says the umpire. So Dylan Rowe. Oh, it's 25-metre penalty as well, so that'll assist. So that'll move him up towards the wing area.
Past the bog, hopefully.
past the heavy part of the oval.
That is a generous 25 or 50.
So Dylan Rowe, short pass over the top. Harry on the chest versus Brad Noski. So Simmons on the boot, into the pocket area. A bit of right to left on that one. Bit of holding on. Umpire didn't see it that way. Ball spills out. Here's a shot. Flying shot at goal by Cameron Bell. Right to the line, but Jesse Ryan takes the relieving mark for Mackie, and they're away.
He's out away. Goes out wide. He's got Tim out there and Josh Kelly in the sleeves. One of a few bloods here this afternoon. As the siren has gone in the background, so you can see the disappointment there on, I think it was Bell there, just slapping the missed opportunity for the Lions. But far from over here, as Benny Goldfinch said, 22-point margin, 5-12 Macclesfield, leading Torrens Valley 3-2. An entertaining game of football here this afternoon, and of course we've got to thank sponsors, the HFL sponsors, Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, Courier Newspaper, Rossdale Homes, Sports Centre and Think Road Safety, and of course the respective club sponsors for Torrens Valley. Well,
Cast of Thousands.
Jade and Jay.
Take us through it.
Take us through the sponsors here.
Yeah, for sure. So, Nutrient AG Solutions, Lindsay Young Veterinary Services, Matt Wood Plumbing and Gas, Aurora, Gutter Tech, Rockford, Barossa, Ampol, Woodside. Well done to Jim and the team there. IDM, First National, Murray Bridge, Sugar Financial Services, Closey's Supermarkets, Maxiplast, SKM and Hughes Construction as well, and they're also well done to them. So really good on them to get amongst the lines.
And of course the Macclesfield Football Club, a lot easier for you, Jaden.
Yes, the Macclesfield Hotel and Resolve Energy as well. So well done to all the sponsors getting amongst the community Adelaide Hills football clubs.
So just your synopsis here, Jaden J, 5-13 to 3-2, three-quarter time, as we said, a 22-point margin, certainly not unassailable, but well, Valley Lions showed mass improvement, but just can't get the score on the ball, which they badly need at the moment.
Yeah, you're right. It's interesting, Pistols. The inside 50s 11-8 in that term. So Macclesfield couldn't quite hit the scoreboard when they had the most inside 50s in the first half, but Torrens Valley had more inside 50s, like I said, 11-8, but couldn't hit the scoreboard either. So the teams that have more of the forward play just can't hit the scoreboard today. So it's really interesting to see that. Was it 5-12-42 to 3-2-20, 22-point margin. The average margin in general between these two teams is actually 90, but in the last three encounters it's been 36, so the 6-goal margin. So if Macclesfield get a bit of a run on, it could be that margin. And just the average quarter scores for both teams in the last quarter against each other since 2010. So it is 20 that Torrens Valley averaged in the last quarter compared to 35 that Macclesfield average in the last quarter. And this year, Torrens Valley, they averaged 23.25, but a score of 20 in the last quarter at home games, Pistols. So if they could get their 3 to 4 goals here, it would be interesting to see if Macclesfield can sort of contain them.
All right, and a big cheerio to everyone tuning in, watching us on the Filming Footy or YouTube.
Call of the Wild, Hills Football League Facebook pages. Get involved, as they say.
Of course, Lofty 88.9 FM taking our call. Hello to Andrew Ozalekner up there in the wilds of the Kimberley. Big Bluey Simons, our Tasmanian regular, enjoying a dose of Hills footy. So poised here. If they're good enough to Lions, can they reel in that deficit? Let's go umpires. Just conferring here. Scores are correct. So 3-2 does play 5-12. So in the context of the game, Jay, when you look at 17 shots to 5, probably does tell the story at this stage of the game.
Yeah, exactly, and be interesting to see if Macclesfield can get bang for their buck in this last quarter and run over the top of Torrens Valley, or can Torrens Valley do a repeat of the third quarter and really take it up to Macclesfield. It's going to be a really intriguing last quarter, Pistols and Goldie.
Perfect conditions too, Pistols. This ground hosts some great finals.
Yep.
And it's got that similar vibe to it. Potentially these two sides later in the year as Macclesfield break from their huddle. Torrens Valley into position early. Jaden just trying to create that psychological edge.
Could the Division 2 Grand Final be held at this ground this year?
Oh, there you
So
go.
what you
Just
said.
throwing it out there.
Throwing it out there. Maybe
That means obviously Torrens Valley mightn't be involved, but I'm just saying they used to hold them out here religiously. So
some of the great grand finals have been
some
out
of the
here.
great Grand Finals. So yeah,
And
just-
Div 1 as well.
absolutely. So just throwing it amongst the cat amongst the pigeons, Jade Joe.
Be a great host for a grand final, I think.
Dylan Rose in there. Pistols, Gonzalez, Grieve look like. Big Gibbo. Let's see if they can get a bit of a roll on here, Torrens Valley. Here we go. Back in the middle. Bailey quickly trying to get the handball out to a teammate there. Here's Nat Ryan applying the heat. Torrens Valley immediately. Gonzalez, quick clearing kick towards the half forward line. Here's Druitt under pump. Oh, great work, Druitt. Jaden's man kicks it out towards the wing. Bailey, diving mark. He's had a great period. Leighton at second with the big goal, third with the big goal, and now starting with a good diving mark. Kicks it in the middle of the ground. Here's a chance for Heen. Further afield. Great attack on the ball by Robbie Young. This could be key. Can he go and pick it up again? We stopped Macclesfield moving the ball forward for the time being, but here's a chance for the Bloods once again. On the left boot, moving forward. Sean Still's the target. Great use of the body. Great mark. And an opportunity for Steele against Bridgewood to kick the first goal of the final term. And I thought that was a good play there by Robbie Young, but just couldn't quite control it after the good spoil. And in the meantime, it's in the hands of Sean Steele, the former spearhead from Meadows.
You see the shadows starting to drift across the ground, which is a good sign. And probably a good sign for Torrens Valley supporters. Still just pulling that a little bit wide. So still keeps hope there. But yeah, as I said, shadows coming across the ground. Been a 4 seasons, one bit of drizzle, bit of heavier rain, but now perfect conditions. Blue sky here. Pleasant day at Mount Pleasant, I suggest, Benny and Jaden here on the Quarter Wall, where it's always pleasant. So running out is Gonzalez, puts it up.
Lallard.
Looking. Lallard intercepted the ball meant for Rowe. Handball's back here. Oh, look away handball there by Daniels, I think it was. High kick. Big leap there on his own. Lost the ball. There's a chance. Nosky gets the ball forward. There's a chance for Lucas working overtime. Gave it to a teammate. Fumbles, and in the end, Gonzalez just concedes the point across the line. So just another little bit of unforced errors there by the Valley Lions.
Big Harry Simmons down this end of the ground. Pistols Jane just really wanting the ball come down here just to get some things rolling for the Valley Lions as Gonzalez squeezes one out, and that's a great spoil there. Not a forward line, defensive spoil, but a forward line spoil there by
Josh Kelly.
Josh Kelly.
Former Raider, but also has a link to the old United Eagles.
Is that right?
Kellington played junior Colts for them back in the day, about 10, 11 years ago. So there you go. Original Spider Kendall would love to hear that.
Boundary throw in. Shout out to Spider if he's watching us. So Academy Boyd will throw it in. Half forward line for the Bloods. They'd like to start here in this final quarter. Torrens Valley desperately need the ball down the other end of the ground. They got a chance here through Ned Grieve. Defensive 50. 3 minutes gone. 3-2 to 5-14. 24 points the margin. Need to kick 5 goals without a reply, you feel, for Torrens Valley. And that's just staying alive. Good call, body. Oh, nasty. Into the gutter. Josh Kelly.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of the old water pipe fencing around the perimeter too these days. So hopefully he's all right. But yes, good contest here, and also a good contest to see who's going to walk away with our most valuable player award at the end of the match.
That's Jaden's call.
Jaden J. Hill, because been out there racking the stats up himself this afternoon. He might give it to himself for his efforts. Comes here to Gonzalez, gets onto a bit of a barrier to barrel, puts it forward. Here's Lallard, who also might be in contention. Ben the Rock of Gibraltar back there in the defence today. Drifts one across wide, comes to a teammate, kind of get round, I think it was Heen. Dispossessed, comes back here to Jesse Ryan. This time it's Heen, my apology. Heen Arches the back, goes towards the top of the square. Over the top of Gibson, lurking there is Neville Grieve. His kick is smothered. Ball comes out here to Young. Young lifts the eyes and finds Dylan Rowe.
Need the ball down the other end of Valley Lines. Dylan Rowe. Oh, good mark, Josh Kelly. Bit of a roll to finish with. Can he kick the ball to a forward line player? And he has, or Sean Still just couldn't quite get to him. Half forward line. Dylan Rowe wrapping up the player. Well, they've absorbed 5 minutes of game time here in the final term. Mackie, 5-14 to 3-2, 24 points the margin. Nat Ryan, handball out. Gonzalez trying to come through. Here's Mueller. Handball over the top. Robbie Young under pressure. Reece Jolly was there as well. Kelly, he started this final quarter well.
So, Vito, the umpire comes in, will ball it up. Big Gibbo, double hands out wide to Gonzalez. Gets a kick up towards the wing area, off through the hands of Shaw. The back door's Wayne Bailey, gets it out towards Druitt. Jack Variety. Well, Macclesfield Variety, two brothers on opposite sides this afternoon, down to Big Gibbo. Good mark taken by Gibson. So the big man, the fly-out man. Oh, I'll tell you what, his kick's flying out over the boundary line. So disappointing there. And the resultant free kick will go to Luke Nichols here.
Yep. Nichols on the left boot. Centres the ball. Centre half forward. Chopped off by the skipper. Need a goal in the next 5 minutes. Definitely. In fact, probably need 2 in that period. Giving themselves a real chance. Dougal Grieve went up against Kelly. Grieve got it to Dylan Rowe. Ducked the chutney. Got it to Young. Handball over the kick over towards Simmons. So big Harry Simmons was waiting here for a while. Kicks the ball further afield. Beautiful kick.
Yeah.
Pistols. Lovely lace-out pass. They're on here.
We're just wild about Harry. A great pass as he puts it forward. Oh, big lead there by Hughes. Won't grab. Oh, Heen gets it out to Jesse Ryan. In the meantime, Lallard.
Cool, calm, collected.
Yes, absolutely. Old head on Young's shoulders. Finds Nat Ryan, who's knocking up the stats. Nurses up to another experienced football in the middle of the ground in Reece Jolly.
Well, he kicks out towards the half-forward line. Yeah, I was going to say Blackharps was held on to there by the arm. Not the best kick by the captain. Puts Speedy under the pressure. Goes back to the captain. This way, that way. Almost got himself into trouble. Got it to Speedy. Over the top. Torrens Valley trying to move the ball out here. Dylan Rowe, just there, a skill execution, not quite connecting. Here's Dylan Rowe, goes up the wing, that's better, finds Dougal Grieve. So Grieve, can they get some slick movement here forward? That's a better kick, and that's a better mark. Now they're starting to click a little bit here. Riley O'Shea, the youngster, played in the under-16s, I think.
Kicked a great goal, goes towards Simmons. Harry goes to ground. Back there is Ryan, just variety. Lallard once again, clever. Gets back into 1-2, close to line. Always does something with the football, Lallard. This time over the top. Will it sit? Coming through strongly there was Gibson. He's got support from Neville Grieve. Puts it forward. Shaw fumbled it. Out
Lallard
once again, Lallard. Sizes up his options and puts up the line. And does it stay in? Yes. Josh Kelly might have been just over the line. We'll wait for the Academy boy. Says no. In the interchange area to be free kick to Rowe as we go around the grounds. 3/4 time at Blackwood, 8-9 leading Mount Barker, 4-9 at the Summit. Daniel Lackenby and his boys a lot of work to do as Lions go inside 50.
Oh, mark.
And uncontested mark taken there. I think it's Grieve.
Dougal Grieve.
Yeah, Dougal Grieve. Seen him have a couple of shots this afternoon, boys, but yet to get on the goal kickers list. So must kick this Jaden J to give the Lions any whimper of hope here as 9 minutes just about to tick over.
Yeah, he sure does.
I'll put him down here for a goal. Kicked it.
I think you might be right, Benny.
Dougal Grieve has nailed it. Trevor Edwards says all clear. So, 3 goals to the margin now. 4-2 to 5-14. 9 minutes gone. Jaden. Need a centre clearance here to Valley Lions and hold it up there from the forward line for a while.
Yeah, sure do. It's quite interesting, Macclesfield's point of view. So they were the ones trying to run over Kangarilla last week and nearly did too, but now they're the ones defending the lead. So it'll be interesting to see how they go, because they were defending the lead early in the year against Kangarilla also. So see if they've learned anything from then. They did win the game. So, yes, vital moments here for Torrens Valley too.
And just remember, early in the season, these two sides met. Torrens Valley had a dominant second half to beat Macclesfield. So, let's see. Big centre clearance coming up here. Gibson in ruck versus Dakin. Important centre clearance. Nat Ryan bulldozes his way out of the contest. Tries to get it to Reece Jolly. Umpire says holding the ball. That's interesting. Okay, so Speedy Gonzalez with the ball for the Valley Lions. 10 minutes gone. 18 points the margin. Kicks it towards the half-forward line. Oh, great overhead mark. Ned Grieve swings onto the right boot. Long, strong, inside attacking 50. Dougal. Ball hits the deck. Dougal, Grieve will snap for... Oh, here's a chance. This way, that way. Snap round the corners end to Hughes. And he's missed to the right. So they're peppering here, Jaden. Getting a bit of a roll on. 17 points the margin. Under 3 goals the game now. Pistols. Plenty of time as well.
Absolutely. So just Ryan. Just think for the first time, perhaps... seriously, in the match starting to come under pressure, the Bloods.
Actually, it's 4-4 to 5-14, according to the scoreboard.
All right, we'll go with the boys with the scorecards. Comes back to Gibson. He's locked up by Dakin, his opposite number. Trying to tunnel the ball out there. Was Ferguson got to a teammate. They go long now. Here's a chance out here. Will it sit? Go by Ashley Drew. Gets around his opponent there. And Blickars puts it there. It's a chance for the Bloods. Noski, as we said, made the move, put him up forward. So not a
knows how to write a good match report. Can he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Can he finish the work here?
Well,
Uni say journalism student.
He can write his name into it. This one. So Brad Noski,
it's a great scribe. Somehow writes the match reports out in the field.
Champion junior goal kicker. So most of his senior career in defence. Here's a chance here. His most important goal of the year. In fact, it might be his first goal of the year. They get around him. The Bloods' first goal, as the wind is slightly lifted out here at Hughes Construction Oval, Tallunga Park in Mount Pleasant. But that's a timely goal against the breeze, and just gives the Bloods a bit more steadier after Dougal Grieg.
I'm sure he enjoys being up that end of the ground, Jaden. He did dominate in junior football up there.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's very handy sportsman all round, Goldie. Really handy at cricket as well. Good pace bowler and can do it all. So well done to Bralinoski.
Table tennis?
No, not quite.
Righto. Going to be the all-round sportsman. You're going to play table tennis. So 5-4. 4-4.
No.
Yeah, 4-4.
4-4.
Yeah,
6-14.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. So back in the centres. Conditions starting to get a little bit darker here, boys. It's probably a little bit lighter on your screen or monitor than it is actually out here. Meanwhile, the whistle is gone. Infringement off the ball. Umpire's going to go to Gonzalez. So straight away, the Lions got the opportunity to peg that goal back. Gonzalez, what's on offer? Goes long. Target out here will be Grieve. Great intercept mark taken there by Joshy Kelly. So Kelly, bit of a mung kick outside towards Rowe. Rowe brings the ball to ground and follows up nicely. He's battled hard all afternoon for the Lions. There's a chance here. Ball given out by O'Connor. Caught in under there. O'Connor, as he coaches the Colts team also, I believe. Benny?
Yep.
Former Edwardstown footballer, I think he was.
That's right.
Just loves the community club field that they have at Macclesfield. Great little country club. Unfortunately, holding the longest premiership drought in A-grade football in the Hills Football League competition. 1980 centenary year was the last year the Bloods saluted the judge.
That's right. Ball moves up the wing. And it's gone out of bounds.
So we'll have a throw in front of the members' pavilion here. Actually, last time I was out here, Benny, the horses were running around here at the Mount Pleasant show. Very pleasant day. And, of course, one of the great men who actually graced this oval, the current, departing AFL CEO, the great man Gill. He might have kicked had shots goals
Will.
like
not Will, Hamish.
Hamish just comes out. Here's Drew it. key in a crisis. Jack Druitt puts out wide. Will it sit out there for Nichols? Oh, well done by Luke Nichols. Tackles it and then goes, gets his own ball. Well done, young man. Old man. Mature man.
Noski.
Puts it forward. It's a chance for Noski. He's lighted up in this last quarter in the forward line. He loves the move. Underground
I'll
up
play
here.
all
It's a
by
chance.
himself in the goal square here.
It still gets around to Harrison. He'll do something special.
No.
Oh, almost fought the favourable bounce.
Almost. Yeah, player pushing forward there was Ashley Drew. So score now 6:15 to 4-4. Got this one under control at the moment, the Bloods. So Speedy Gonzalez, short pass into the pocket. Ned Grieve takes the mark. Grieve. Gibson the target. Ball hits the deck. Here's Dakin. A couple of players go down there. Kelly looks like he's been winded.
Yeah, Kelly and Gibson. Oh, and Bailey's gone down too. Just slung there. Blickarb's
A few players just down in this area of the ground at the moment.
Blickarb's not meaning any harm in it. All's well there.
6:15 to 4-4. Shot at goal here for the Bloods, who have absorbed this initial push from Torrens Valley to start this final term. Elliot Daniels with a chance. He kicked the first goal of the match, actually. Harrison
did.
Bailey just having a bit of a breather by the looks of it.
Former Raider. So Daniels left footer. He's going to pull it to the right. Leap there through for a minor score. But you just think that coming up to 16 minutes here, Benny, that they may have done enough here.
6:16 to 4-4. 4-4. 6:16 to 4-4. So Gonzalez brings the ball in to Gibson. Gibson goes out towards the wing. Kelly, good to see him get back up after being winded. That's a 25-metre penalty as well. Bit of frustration. Been a great performance here, Pistols and Jaden from Macclesfield after the narrow loss to Kangarilla last week, and they entered this match desperate for a victory to really keep those top three chances alive and try and keep Kersbrook at bay as well, who are coming at the top five.
Well, I think the Bloods having the bye next week. Then I think they play Kersbrook the week after, and Torrens Valley, I think, venture out to play Kersbrook next week. So these three teams certainly involved, and also, as you said, throw Kangarilla in the mix. So it's a real arm wrestle for top five positions. But importantly, I think you could write Gumaraka and Meadows the ticket for the top three, and another spot still open. So wins are very special. As you said, 5 rounds remaining in the Country Division minor rounds before the final series. The ball comes up right in front of his big Harry. Handballs it back to Gonzalez. Speedy's kick is part smothered. Camped under it as he has all day. He won't move his ground. Was Ryan, as in that variety. Gives it off to the run of Jolly, who started the game very impressively and has picked up pretty handy touches. Gets it out here to Ferguson. Zach on the lead out here has picked out a teammate there in Todd O'Connor. O'Connor wastes no time, goes towards Noski. And, wow, look like the tumbling doormat there. Noski.
Defender, forward turn defender, now back to forward.
I tell you what, they struggled with their accuracy earlier, and here you are, Benny. This will rub sight in the win. If he kicks this, he'll become a multiple goal kicker on the ground, showing the forwards how to do their trade. As you said, knew all about a junior football. Oh, he's just hoiked that one a little bit wide. So it's still racking up the points here, Benny. 1-5 to 1-1 in this final term by Macclesfield. But they're well in control here. 18 minutes gone, call of the Wild. It's ball being retrieved.
So Gonzalez with the ball. Last line of defence. What's going on here? Might have to go again. Double take. So he'll kick the ball out towards the half-back flank, outer side. Gibson's the target. Cutting off there. Noski's on again here. He's on the lead. He's going to go further afield, I reckon, to Sean Steele. Goes in Steele's direction. 1-on-1 contest. Oh! Almost a mark there for Steele. Dylan Rowe. Short pass. LeCarves, the captain for Torrens Valley. Hemmed in on the goal line. He goes to Geisler. Low kick. Patient build up here. Ned Grieve. Grieve out towards the wing. Hughes. 3-on-1 contest. Kelly was the target there for the underground handball by Jesse Ryan.
Just Sander Hughes, just out of...
Has he got one in the hip? Or has he done his knee?
It's just out of camera view there. There you are, James. So it's got him, number 59, the young man there. Hope it's all well for him. It's said the talented young footballer.
Or has he got cramp?
Cramp or knee?
I'm hoping he's got cramp.
Matt Penny, a man who know about cramp because he runs himself into the ground every
He does. He's got cramp. That's all right.
Because on the modified program, just having a rest this week, Matty Penny.
You'd rather... Has he got cramp? He's heading off to the change rooms by the looks of it.
Yeah, taking him straight in. I think the game's just about well done. 6-17 plays 4 here with 20 minutes gone. Here's Gonzalez close to the line, manages to curl it back in front of our commentary position. Greg tried to tap it on cleverly, intercepted by Jess. Ryan gets the handball out wide, taken here by Heen. In the meantime, he's got support there from Sneemilch. Ball goes forward. Once again, deep in defence, taken by the Lions up the line. Finds Geisler, attempts to play on.
Off he goes. Geisler out of side, kicks the ball forward. Simmons outside the attacking 50 here. Picked up by Shaw, looking for the boundary line. Nice work there. Didn't disclosed it quite well, I thought. Bobbles it out of bounds. Good signs from the Bloods today, that's for sure. Their season on the line. Could have gone one way or the other in terms of, do they start slipping a bit? Maybe outside the 5, or do they really push for a top 3?
Yeah, and as I said, they'd only won one of their past 5 games, so they were coming in with a bit of a losing record, but I reckon the drive home will be a lot happier here tonight as Mueller sweeps on the ball. Good press by O'Connor. Oh, strong body work from Blickarbs. The captain, ball comes out here to Grieve. Gives it to Big Gibson. Hacks it forward, but that's a very good mark taken by young Zach Heen to relieve this attack.
Well, Dougal Grieve kicked the first goal with his final term at the 9-minute mark, and since then they've absorbed it really well. Here's, look at that, bit of back shoe shuffle work there by Lallard. He's had another great game. Kicks it out towards the outer side wing.
Just a young lad who's cool.
So composed.
Yeah, I was going to say cool in the crisis as a young man and the skipper of the side. So
we had a chat to him a few years ago, Pistols, when they won the senior Colt premiership, Macclesfield.
Yep, and obviously there's a few of those players who've come through the system now in A-grade ranks. So
Oski, one of them.
Yeah,
I think Riley Dakin as well.
Yes,
Yep.
Bit of continuity in the young bloods for the future, which is good to see. And they seem to have gelled pretty well under new coach Toby Ferguson.
Torrens Valley, meantime, they're still in the top 5, so I'll learn from this. As Rob Penny said, they've got the break though next week. So interrupted period for the Valley Lions over recent weeks. So kick forward there by Cameron Bell, or out towards the outer side. Lallard once again set upon in a tackle there by Gonzalez. 23 minutes gone. Outer side, just a young lad having a bit of a bike ride, late afternoon bike ride around Mount Pleasant.
Where else would you rather be, Benny? That's for sure. So here's Bailey. He's got support from Ryan, just for Ryder on the left foot. They go forward. Good defensive work by Young, brings the ball to ground level. Here's Nat Young, who's been very busy this afternoon. Nat Ryan, sorry, Nat Young. Got him again, that surfer. God. Anyway, tracking in there is Zach Ferguson, who actually comes out with the ball, tries to get it back to Bailey. He's gone scrag, but illegal disposal rules the umpire, so the free kick will go to the agency of Geisler, I think it is, former boy from Peak. The Mallee League puts it up forward. Once again, streaking away. Big day can put him in the Olympics, so he streaked away there.
Noski!
And Noski is really lighting it up inside 50.
Unselfish. Great vision.
Great vision as he's picked out Henry Van Dyke there. So, yeah, great vision by Noski. See him in the background at this point as we just noticed the sheep of the day. Haven't seen a dog today, but you'll see in the camera there, the sheep of the day.
Yeah.
In the background there.
They're having a good time out there.
Lamb roast on the agenda tonight, Jade.
I'm not sure.
Might put a jump
be,
buck in the
could
boot
be.
and take it home.
Yeah.
Price of lamb, I tell you. So, 3 for a minus score. 1 goal, 6. The Bloods have kicked this final quarter, Benny.
Similar
To
to
1-1.
first.
Yeah, so if they'd finished off, it would have been a massive win. Not saying they're not going to be comfortable here. 6-17 to 4-4 out over the boundary line. Rowe, who's battled his usual hard out, Viking style.
Out towards the outer side. Here's a chance for Jesse Ryan. Dakin. Tried to get it out there. Eventually it's free kick though to the Valley Lions to Ned Grieve. Outer side. 25 minutes gone. Looks like a calf injury there to Xander Hughes, getting it heavily iced up. As the ball now inside 50 for the Valley Lions, as Harry Simmons gets the ball out, snap round the corner. But last line of defence is Jaden's man Druitt.
Who's on the charge, 2 goal difference at the 10-minute mark in the last term at the Summit. Will keep you posted there. As Alec Drew with the mark here.
26 minutes gone here from Mount Pleasant. And it's Macclesfield in control, 6-17 to 4-4 over the back. Here's a chance for Torrens Valley through Bridgewood.
Oh, hopefully.
Right in the
hopefully
heavier part of the oval.
Gets up thinking, I was going to say his foot would have got caught in that soft bit and just twisted it as he was tackled. So hopefully he's all right. Adam Bridgewood there. There's a chance for Young overrun it. I think he was kicking in danger. So it'll be another man who's battled his heart out this afternoon. Rob Young. Keynote speaker, they tell me. As he gets the ball across and finds a teammate there. Geisler. Geisler indicates he goes long, which he does, towards Gonzalez. Wins this battle with Nat Ryan. Will the ball sit for him? Yes, Speedy grabs it. Arriba, as he puts it down the wing. There's a lead. Oh, taken off his boots was Bell, claiming the mark there. Mitch Stark style in the test, Jaden.
Yes.
Has been paid.
Yeah.
Kick forward. Torrens Valley, the skipper, Blick halves. Ball hits the deck. He's earned a free kick there against Josh Kelly.
Kelly not happy. So as you see in the background, 4-4 plays 6-18. Chips it across to Gonzalez, who's played pretty well as the siren sounds in the background. As Jaden Jay's just about to take us through the Most Valuable Player award. So Gonzalez will have a shot at goal here, but it's all academic. Macclesfield will win the game 6-17. We just wait on the final score for the Valley Lions. So Gonzalez sets it on its way. And it's going through for a behind. So the Lions finish on 4-5-29, but Macclesfield have run out big winners 6-17-53. So as Benny Goldfinch said, it's not easy to come on the road, but in the end a very good 24-point win to the Bloods. Considering their kicking, it could have been far greater margin. As Jaden Jay, he spent more time out there today than anyone because played in the reserves game, and now he's departed to try and find
Kangarilla were trailing Meadows 15-10 to 6-10 Pistols at 3/4 time, so it looks like Meadows are going to bounce back after losing last week to Gumaraka.
And of course the other game not played today, Gumaraka and Birdwood in the country division. As the umpires leaving the arena, the game played pretty good spirits here.
Don't go anywhere. Jaden's got a special guest coming up. Tasha Burns enjoyed the performance of Macclesfield. Good stuff.
Fantastic. So James Davis, our cameraman, of course, has got the main man in view, and also he's got the special guest with him.
Yep.
So I'll tell you about the boggy bit, Jaden. Now, how's that? Hey?
Don't bring him into the
He's
bog,
not bad,
Jaden.
is-
Keep going.
Yeah, and Jaden will be a bit worried he'll get his...
Sneakers.
Thought he was going to give him a test run in the Archies. Tell you, they're well worth getting those Archies. Very good piece of footwear.
What's he looking through the show bag here?
Oh, look at him. Yeah, it's probably... and to tell you about... about
He's just
25
making sure
pairs
he's got his choice.
Just make sure all the good things in the show bag. And I tell you what, when we talk about good things, we certainly talk about this man. So without further ado, we'll take it down to our man, Jaden J. Hill.
Cheers, thanks, Chris. Let's get myself sorted here with Isaac Lallard, skipper of Macclesfield and also most effective player of the match. Congratulations, mate. You got the Archies here. There you
Beautiful,
go.
thank you very much.
And the beanie as well.
Thank you, awesome.
So, I'm not sure if you're wearing the Archies, but definitely wearing the beanie. Congrats on the win, mate. Just take us through it.
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest game to play in or probably watch, but we got the bickies and we improved throughout the game. It just didn't really get on the scoreboard, but it's good to still get the win, for sure.
Yeah. Just take us through the first half. Like you said, you did dominate. What is it like when you guys just dominate and everything seems to click?
Oh, it's the best feeling, isn't it? Like, we've struggled a little bit this year, just ins and outs, so it's hard to sort of get the whole same group together. But it's awesome fun when we start clicking over the scoreboard, which has happened a bit this year, but not as much as we like to. But yeah, it's always good fun.
And just take us through the season, mate. You guys were sitting fifth and nearly ran over Kangaroo last week. Just take us through the goals for the rest of the season.
Yeah, goals, we got the bye next week, and then we got Kersbrook and Birdwood, so we want to try and snag those ones. And I think we got Meadows and Gummies, so there'll be 2 hard games, but hopefully we're sort of cementing our spot into the finals and sort of find some good form into there, and anything can happen, so yeah.
And what has new coach Ferguson done for the group this year?
Oh, he's been good. Yeah, I've really enjoyed him. He's bring a few players up, and he's just, he's so passionate about it already. He's slotted straight in, which is awesome. It's what we need at Mackie, so it's great.
And you just seem to be everywhere today. You've actually had your own footy. Just take us through your leadership, mate, as captain. And do you like being the skipper?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm not the loudest soul out there or anything. That's why I got Todd O'Connor on my side. So, but yeah, no, I just sort of do my thing out there and try and support the backman as best as possible. It wasn't the cleanest game for myself, but it's all right. It doesn't matter in the end. So, yeah.
Good work, mate. I'll let you go and sing the song and good luck for the rest of the year.
Thanks,
cheers,
mate.
thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Jaden J. Hill there, and
Jaden cleans up after himself, just
He
making
does.
sure he's got the right shoe size.
he does. He better start there with that dog that's just come out. He perhaps he did a bit of work there, also cleaning up. As we said, a fitting recipient of the most valuable player here in the round 12 country division clash was certainly Isaac Lallard, and we're just saying as a young man, even just listen to your interview there, he's he's very forthright. He thinks about what's happening, and he's got that hard sort of approach, I'd suggest.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously you said what Ferguson's done for the group, and obviously the goals to make finals. And like he said, it's just the best feeling when they're clicking and playing some good footy, especially in the first half. Just couldn't convert, but it's good to see Macclesfield doing really well, and hopefully for his sake they can make the finals. And such a mature young leader he is as well, so well done to him.
When I had a chat to Toby Ferguson a few weeks ago at Macclesfield, he talked about they've had a fair amount of turnover in players at this season, so it's going to take some time for them all to gel, but there were definite signs there that it's all starting to click.
Yeah, for sure. And also, like we mentioned, the three core young players. You got Noski, Lallard, and Dakin as well. So it's really good for their sake. They've got that young core of group players, which will hopefully take them to some success.
And I think you mentioned previously off camera the fact that those lads played the premiership side together, so they know what success is all about, and they're certainly make their footing felt in senior football level. So, well done. As you said, there was a couple of other contenders. I think the two Ryan boys, particularly Nat, was very good.
Yes, yeah, he was. Yeah, number 6 there. Yeah, did really well around the contest, and Bradley Noski bobbed up in the end too. And also, I thought Jack Jort's contribution half back was good as well. And yeah, so there was a number of Macclesfield players that did the job today for the Bloods and Tars.
Very impressed, Benny, with Riley Dakin, very mobile for the big man, isn't he?
No,
And
absolutely.
Sean Steele to have a big body up forward. He was very good because Harrison Bailey just showed us a bit of his talent with that miracle goal that he kicked there. But and on the other hand, the Lions, well, they can just, game got away from obviously in the first quarter. They didn't score 1-4, but then 2-1 to 4-10, whatever it was at half time. They looked like a side that was rusty. They turned the ball over, didn't take the most of their opportunities, and when they did turn it over, Macclesfield did. But in the end, when you look at the final score, Macclesfield could have won by a lot more than the 24 points. 6-17, 23 shots to 9, 4-5, Jaden.
Yeah, correct. And it was interesting, obviously, the first half where Macclesfield did dominate and couldn't put it on the scoreboard. And there was that period where Torrens looked to come back a little bit. But, and then they started to dominate and they couldn't put it on the scoreboard. So, obviously, a bit of toing and throwing there. But to Macclesfield's credit, they were... willing to bury it, and obviously last week they were the ones chasing last week against Kangarilla, and so they had to sort of have defensive instincts, I guess, in the last quarter, but they really put it to bed and kicked some good last goals.
Well, now you've got three sides now, all on 4 wins for that third spot. Torrens Valley, Macclesfield and Kangarilla all on 4 wins. So
and of course you got Kersburg who had the bye today.
They're just outside on 3 wins.
Yep.
So game on for 3rd, 4th and 5th, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting, and obviously Macclesfield have the bye next week, so they'll have time to reset and then have a real, go after the storm home. And Torrens Valley, they already had their bye. So
Kersburg next week at Torrens Valley.
Yes,
so that'll be
a big game.
And then the week after that, I think, as Isaac alluded to today, it's Mackie and Kersburg.
Yeah. So. Well, Macclesfield have got, after the break, obviously, as you said, Pistols are Kersbrook and Birdwood, and then they've got that Meadows game. So they win the next 2, then it sets up a big clash against their rival.
Yeah, so Country Division footy, I know you guys saw a game last week, a bit one-sided, but the conditions, but Country Division very competitive this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, really. Obviously, Gumraka are probably the ones to beat at the moment, and Meadows get some players back. They'll definitely in contention as well, and it's really good to see that country. Community footy is really competitive, and and like Goldie just said, you got Kangarilla, Macclesfield, and Torrens Valley level at the moment, and so it's really good to see some good competitive football.
All right, well, that just about wraps us up here from Adventure Out North, our annual venture out here, Penny.
Yes,
been
good day.
Pretty good game, and good community football feel, as Robert Penny mentioned during the halftime interview. You can't beat, there's always a good crowd at Country Division, more regional teams. They really love watching their little teams go around. But plenty positive. Torrens Valley actually winning both the Colts games early in the morning.
Yep.
And Mackie getting the chocolates in the senior games. He should have played a bit better in the reserves. No
worries.
But once again, we've got to thank Filming Footy, Sports Interactive and Dartfish for their support of the Call of the Wild. Of course, the Hills Football League sponsors Police Credit Union, Closey Supermarkets, West End, Sports Power, Sharon, the Courier, Rossdale Homes, Sports Centre and Think Road Safety, and of course the respective club sponsors for the day. Jaden, you did some good work. We better let you do it again.
Yeah, no worries. So Nutrient AG Solutions, Lindsay Young Veterinary Services, Aurora, Matt Wood Plumbing and Gas, Gutter Tech, Rockford, Barossa, Ampol, Woodside, IDM, First National Real Estate, Murray Bridge, Sugar Financial Services, Closey's Supermarkets do a great job as always, Maxi Plast as well, SKM, Hughes Construction as well. So well done to all the community businesses there, and also for Macclesfield, the Macclesfield Hotel, do a really good schnitzel, the Macclesfield Hotel, and Resolve Energy as well. So well done to those Adelaide Hills community businesses getting around the community football clubs.
I dare suggest, Jaden, there might be one of the sponsors here of the winning team, perhaps getting a visit a bit later on.
Yes, I would think so. Yes.
All right, and we've got to thank our technical crew. Of course, it's good to have Tommy back, just paying us a visit, but also Will Law's our debut producer for us this afternoon. Thank you very much for your work, mate. Hopefully it hasn't been too strenuous for you and we haven't scared you too much, and you come back again, mate. But we'd love having you here in the vibe of Hills footy. And also, of course, James Davis, the unseen man who brings you all the best action photos, videos each week, Goldie. And thank you to you, Benny, and also Jaden J. Geez, you'll be looking for the bed tonight to lay down. Big day for you.
Yeah, big day for me, but I've actually got a major function tonight. So I've got
MCing?
Well, MC, Cashy is it?
Nah, not MCing. So just at the Bella Club, a football netball club tonight, major function. So shout out to them. But hopefully they got a win today.
Place to be is at Pekka Park tonight.
Yes, exactly. So see how we go.
And if you're tuned in on Lofty 88.9,
here we go.
Make sure you keep it locked for 5 o'clock. There's a good show coming up. So
what's
the
it
Lofty
called?
Lounge.
Lofty. No, I love the Lofty.
Lofty Lounge.
Listen to it on the way home. I think.
Yes, exactly. Some good
Music
tunes
for a Saturday night.
Can you give us a taste? What's some of the tracks tonight, Benny?
I'll have to talk to the DJ shortly.
Okay.
Coming up, but some good tunes.
As I say, we'll get back to you. All right, Sal. Now, next Sunday, we're back on deck in Division 1 competition. We're heading across to Arkabar Oval in Heathfield. Jade and Jade. Anticipated round 13 clash, Mount Lofty and Harndorf. So could
on the balcony.
Potentially on the balcony, take our life in it. We'll have to get Will along to that. If he wants to know about country footy.
That's an experience.
He hasn't experienced anything until his son the balcony in Heathfield. So hopefully you're with us, Will. But Mount Lofty and Harndorf, so looking forward to that. So on behalf of all the team, Jeff Pistola here. Thanks for joining us on our worldwide stream or through Lofty. Trust you've enjoyed another good game of Hills footy. And from the Call of the Wild Tea and Film and Footy, we'll catch you next time. Keep chasing the goals. Bye for now.
Shout out to Aussie too.
And shout out to Aussie.
Yes.
Walk down to catch a tram to my favorite ground. Use my legs, use my voice, make some